What's poppin', my people? My name is Carl.
And my name is Max.
It is April 19th, Monday.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Episode 23 coming at you. We got Beer of the Week.
We got monthly, weekly challenges.
We got some movie reviews.
We gonna play some cribbage tonight.
We're gonna pick a new weekly challenge.
Hey, we just gonna have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. I know your time is valuable. There's thousands of other podcasts that you could have settled for, but now you're just vibing with two goofy dudes from Wisconsin who like to discuss their problems and figure out ways to solve them.
Decapolinari.
Listeners to get up out of their comfort zone. Try some shit they ain't done before. This is Hold Us Accountable.
Episode 23.
Episode 23, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is Hold Us Accountable.
I'm back in the stew. I got myself a tan.
Oh, and I got a new chair. I'm feeling good.
I got myself a tattoo.
And I got myself a new chair. I'm feeling good.
Max got himself a new chair.
Oh, hey, it stays at one level. It's nice. Man.
Hey.
Back in the stew. Feeling good. How about you?
God, I feel great, man. I'm in my happy place.
Happy place. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Man, it's been a while. I am thirsty. We actually have two beers of the week this week.
We
Man,
do.
We had some listeners send us in a home brew,
Home mother and brew.
homemade. Not specifically for us, but they thought enough of us to send us a sample of it, and we are going to review it today on the show. And I can't wait to try it. First
home brew
first homemade brew on the show. And, it wasn't, someone thought of us to send it to us.
Hell
they
yeah.
said, we tried this. We took it upon ourselves to try something new, and we wanted to share it with guys who also like trying new things, and it's pretty awesome, and we can't wait to get into
So
it.
needless to say, all you other listeners, step up your
Step up
game.
your game.
We're thirsty.
Come on, we're thirsty.
God
We know there's
damn.
some creative,
Hey.
interesting,
Let's
awesome
not
people out
bullshit
there.
around today, God damn, I'm thirsty. Let's just
Let's
jump
get it
right
going,
into
man.
it, ladies
Let's
and
get it
gentlemen.
going.
This is episode 23. Double down on the mother beer of the week,
Hell
ladies
yeah,
and
dude.
gentlemen.
We got two coming.
Hey.
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer, it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer.
We got a home brew!
Beer is good! It's soft!
Hey. Right on, ladies and gentlemen. We have two beers of the week. I picked one out myself. Max
Yeah.
got one from some Familia. Wow, what an awesome label too.
Yeah, it's
we're
cool.
gonna do this one second because this one's save the best for last.
We're going to do it second.
You want to do it?
We got to put it. I think we should do it.
Let's do it.
Because put it.
There's only one.
Yeah, let's throw them second. Put them
All
back
right,
in the
all
fridge. I got to stay
All right,
cold.
back in the fridge. Keep them cold. Keep them cold.
I was told to keep them ice cold. Serve them ice cold. So yeah. No, I like that. Do them.
Cool.
Yeah. We got what was the label of that one called? It was like Down and Out or Down and Out Ale. We'll get more into who brewed it, how they brewed it.
But we are
a little
gonna
later, but
start this
ooh.
party out with
yeah,
a
man.
Green Bay brewed a Jamaican haze IPA, man.
Oh, I love it.
With all them Jamaicans
Oh,
in
yeah.
Green Bay, man.
We got all kinds of things going. We got pine trees, we got hops, we got palm trees.
A little bit of the Florence mixed with a little bit of the Jamaican, man.
Brewed with Sabro hops, man.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, man.
6.8 ABV. Oh,
Holy
man.
shoots caboose.
Hinterland. Wow.
Yeah,
This is
man.
a lot going on. I can't wait to.
Now, I can't
Sink my-
completely. I think we've done you want to look at the list?
Yeah, let me pull the list up of our.
Because I think you told me when I told you we got another Hinterland that we did have one in the
Yeah, I believe
past.
it was Hinterland. It was their
Oh
second
yeah,
one,
that was the
Hinterland.
hey shout out. Was that Trevor?
No. Trevor's was the Badger State.
Oh okay. Packerland Pills. Oh yeah, this was the Carlos Gomez. This is when
Yeah.
we did the Brewers.
Yep.
Which we could also get back into now that Brewer season has kicked off.
They're playing pretty well. I think they lost yesterday. Tough one in the extra innings, but
They got about 178 games
they got
left.
a lot more to
so-
go. Yeah.
But today we are drinking Hinterland Jamaican Haze IPA, a product of the USA and also a product of Green Bay, Wisconsin.
And how are we rating this beer this week?
We are rating it off of, we're going to do coaches since I'm on my trek into the coaching world.
Right.
And, so we're going to rate it off Packer coaches, just NFL coaches in general. Do you want to just do coaches?
Yeah, I think we could do.
Or just want to keep it in the NFL? Keep our spectrum.
I think like if you
like if it's a Hall of Fame beer, it's a Vince Lombardi.
Sure.
Or
I mean,
a
I
Coach
don't know.
Z.
Or if you've had like a personal coach that, you were like, you really felt like he was a great coach or she, I don't know, whoever, and you wanted to give that a rating. I think that'd be cool.
Absolutely.
So I just think coaches in general. I think since you're wanting to get into football coaching, obviously, but I think just.
Hell yeah.
Just the whole coaching world itself is a pretty, cool thing to just jump into regardless of the sport.
Definitely
is. So I say we just do it on coaches in general.
And if you're listening and we mention a coach that you're not familiar with, maybe it's personal, you'll understand the rating as we explain it. You'll understand if it's a good or a bad beer. But first of all, let's start with what's a hinterland, huh?
Let's figure it out.
Well, what's a hinterland? Well, to Wiki in the educated world, hinterland means the land beyond the known port city, the unexplored rural country, or a person's vast knowledge that is unlimited by, another word that Carl can't read. I'm just going to say short-sightedness. Short-sightedness, but there's one before it.
Oh.
Anywho, to us it means stop wasting your life drinking the same corporately diluted beer and challenge your palate to a brew that has a rich heritage, a bold passion, and a story that will make you way more excited to hear others. The same philosophy lives in our kitchen. We push ourselves to experiment with interesting combinations of perfectly paired flavors, each one designed to inspire our guests. We crack these open, get a little aroma, get a little taste on the palate. I'll tell you a little bit of the journey of how Hinterland began. Oh, it smells like a Jamaican, man.
Ooh. That is interesting in a good way.
Wow.
I like it. I'm really digging it.
Wow. I will give that a yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I'm digging that.
So
beer.
how did Hinterland's journey start? Well, this is
tell me a little bit.
Our journey. My wife, Michelle, and I started Hinterland in an old cheese factory just outside of Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Get out of town.
And that would be his hometown with nothing more than our limited funds, sweat, passion, and insanity. It was 1995, and we were 24 years old, college grads, grinding out our corporate jobs and dreaming of doing something that people actually appreciated.
Amen.
While trying to discover the meaning of life, I poured most of my effort into music and tried to land a record deal while playing with the band Lucky in San Francisco. Our coast-to-coast travels in my VW... Yeah, right? A little baby! So our coast-to-coast travels in my VW bus, twists and turns, landed me a gig as an editor for Beer, the magazine where I just got hooked into the beer-making world.
Cool.
It was an explorative journey to find our own hinterland that gave the brewery its name and its mission. In 1995, I nearly burned down the brewery. Not kidding. We decided to expand and renovate a turn-of-the-century Green Bay meatpacking warehouse into a production house and a restaurant featuring farm-to-table culinary experiences. Now, 20 years later, Michelle and I lead the spirit of Hinterland through passion and a talented staff. Along the way, we've launched 3 restaurants because we believe in great ingredients and great tasting experiences. At the end of the day, we really enjoy hanging out with friends, talking about killer beers, and exceptional foods.
All right.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten at one of the restaurants?
I have had, yes, I have. I've eaten at the one right across the street from Lambo. Food was good.
Is there a brewery in that one as well, or is that just a restaurant?
Yep,
So
there is a brewery inside there,
okay.
yeah. So
And
that's like the newest.
Oh, yeah,
built.
right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. How was the food? Food was good?
Food was good. Just, I mean, I think I had a bacon cheeseburger on a pretzel bun,
Yeah.
and it was delicious.
Of course.
Went great with my
Absolutely.
beer. I can't remember what I drank, probably an IPA, but
I'd hope so.
definitely have a good love for Hinterland. And I mean,
Yeah.
whether I like the beer or not, if there's a brewery out of Wisconsin, especially the Green Bay area, give it the respects it deserves.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you can make a name for yourself, I mean, in Green Bay, there's so many breweries and just a diverse amount of people who enjoy a diverse amount of beer. So it's like so many different people like so many different kinds of beers, and if you can kind of make a name for yourself in that scene where everybody is like enjoying and drinking different kinds of beers, to not get like washed out is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And definitely a brewery like that deserves some acknowledgement and respect. And
the man behind this, he just mentioned his wife's name, but his name is Bill Tressler.
Okay.
So owner, brewer, food fanatic, drummer, and extreme sport enthusiast. So
I like that. He went out. He bet on himself, kinda. Him and his wife, not just him. Him and his wife bet on themselves, and
hell yeah.
Went for it and followed a dream, a passion, something I hope to do myself one day. And
Yeah.
Hearing stories like that, dude almost burns his brewery down.
Yeah.
Probably thinking like, what did I just do? Is this the end of our business? But to
The
come
bottom's
back
never the
stronger.
bottom, man.
Yeah, right. And
Always a ladder to the top.
yeah, no, so super cool. And I really, really enjoy this
Dude,
beer.
this is good. I've never had this beer. I've had Hinterlands. I was in Austin's Food Market, just the OG restaurant in Alloway. Place has been around for years upon years, and they actually have a fun little like local brewery like beer selection.
Okay, sure.
So I was there getting food, and I always just kind of go through what they have for beers, just and thought of the show, and I saw this one, and Jamaican Haze IPA.
It's so cool, and just the fact that we get to like, I don't know, explore different beers and get excited, like, oh, this looks like a fun can. It doesn't even need to be a beer that might be something we would never think to drink, but it's like, oh, it's a cool can. Love to show it. Show it off on the show and talk about it, see how it tastes.
And I will
Super
admit,
cool.
I dropped the ball completely, and I'll get to talking a little bit about my trip later in the show, but my goal was, because we did drive, I wanted to find a beer, brewed in Destin. I was in Destin, Florida, and there was a beer there that I drank every night. That's all I drank. It's called 30A, and I dropped the ball and I didn't bring anything back, so my apologies.
Sounded like a good. Was it an IPA or was it just a light beer?
It was like a honey ale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was an easy drinking, just good, flavorful beer, and after I drank a lot. I drank
Had
a lot of them. Yeah, probably a brewery full. So absolutely,
hell
but damn, this is a good beer, and
oh yeah, we gotta rate this yet.
we'll rate it, but I'll also give you a little, just whatever they have on the beer.
So while you're looking up that quick, I would say, one of the things, it reminds me of, oh my gosh, what, a spotted cow almost, except a little bit more bitter, with a little bit extra bitterness to it, but not much. It's like subtle.
Dude, this is
But
a
it
very
really-
good beer, man.
It's really, I don't think it's as strong. Like, it's not a strong IPA where some IPAs.
I mean, for
you try
6.8, it's good drinking. I mean, it's easy drinking. So, all right. So
it's very smooth.
this is what they say about the Jamaican
Yeah, man.
Haze
Tell me
IPA,
about
man.
the Jamaican Haze.
Do you want to take a 12-ounce vacation, man?
I want to take about 6 or 7 of them.
Our new Sabro hopped hazy IPA with notes of tangerine, coconut, mint, and tropical citrus fruits. Has a daydreaming of palm trees with sand beaches and cool island breeze. Take a few sips, and you might just hear a little bit of reggae, man. From the beach bar to a little bit of Buffalo Soldier. So, the style of this beer is a hazy IPA. The availability, this is a 25th anniversary limited release.
Oh.
So, I might have just
found
caught it at the right
time.
And if you're munching on some food, what kind of food is good with this Jamaican hazy IPA, man? Hot wings, curry, tacos, pizza.
Anything.
The malt is a 2-row, pale, crispy Cara, white wheat, and flaked oats. The hops are Citra and Sabro. Yeah, and it is 6.8%. So, definitely catch a little buzz. Well, you're catching a little buzz in Jamaica, man.
I'm looking up just a little intro about. No. Sorry, I was getting wrapped up in Sabro hop.
You put
research.
Jamaican in front of me
Yeah.
and started, a little. It's a
uh,
Datari Big B beer, man.
I would have been right through it. Yeah. But no, so Sabro hop. Sabro is a very unique hop. It has notable characteristics of fruit and citrus, mostly a distinct tangerine flavor. It also contains coconut, tropical fruit, and stone fruit flavors, which I think is a lot of things you were just saying in the description of the beer.
Yeah.
But this is specifically about the hop, so you can see where they get those like flavors to say this is what our beer, how the flavor should come from. It's because of the hops, It's got this weird, unique combination. Interesting. Some have said that they have noticed hints of mint, cedar, and even cream. So just basically any flavor anyone could ever think of, they're like, yeah, this hop tastes like it.
And this beer, like, the taste of it's like, I don't want to say it's sweet. I don't want to say it's bitter. Like, in a way, it's like tangy. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
a weird-
tangy,
Well,
but
I mean,
enjoyable.
it's that distinct tangerine flavor to the hop that I think, it's not bitter, but it's not overly sweet. It is that tangerine. It's not, you don't drink it and you go, oh, this tastes like an orange.
I don't think I've ever. I think this is a one of a kind. Like, and we've said this time and time again. Every time we get a lot of hazy day IPA, a lot of hazy IPAs.
Yep.
But I mean, we've had a lot that are, and this one is distinct. It's a different, tangy, just a packs a punch with a whole different. I don't know. It's different. It's good. It's good, man.
Yeah,
it's good.
I'm right
It's a
there with
good
it. It's
beer,
hard to put your
man.
finger on exactly what.
I'm gonna show this can off to the peeps.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's got the Sabro hops on the can. Because there is a lot going on. I don't know. I'm not a. Oh yeah, there you go. Nice. But yeah, dude, it's not sweet, but it's not bitter. It just hits very smooth. I would say it's like a smooth IPA.
When it says hot wings, curry, like I could have like a good plate of tacos with this. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's a good. I don't know. It's such a different. It's not too fruity. It's just a good balance.
Yeah,
man.
I agree.
Good fucking beer, man.
Really, really good
Hey,
beer.
First of all,
Great
cheers to us
choice.
being back in the stew.
Cheers.
What are you
bud.
gonna do? Back in the stew.
Talk about it?
Max on top of his game wearing the HUA shirt.
Yeah, I got the HUA merch on.
I tried to wash mine real quick before the show. You seen if the HUA talks or what? Oh yeah, there it is. HUA. Yeah, I tried to wash mine real quick before Max picked me up. It was a little soggy when I put it on.
Didn't quite make it all the way through the
No.
dryer cycle.
No.
That happens.
I had about 11 minutes of
Needed about 11 more
But
minutes.
I also had my new Dave Matthews long
Ah.
sleeve, and I was going to wear that.
You shoulda.
but that was in the dryer too.
Oh, that was in with.
Yeah, I dried everything I wanted to wear. I washed and dried, and then
Just a little too
So
long.
we're gonna rate this beer of the week off
Coaches.
Off coaches, dude.
Yes. Man, this is gonna be a interesting one because
I already got it.
you got
it.
you got who you're going with.
Just the uniqueness of this beer, the kind of outgoing flavor, like this beer would speak above. This is, to me, this beer has a louder voice than other hazy IPAs that we've had. This is a beer that if you're in a crowd and this beer would speak out to you, you'd see it, you'd spot it just off the taste. I don't know. It's a outgoing, one of a kind type of beers to me.
Okay.
Do you want me to give her right away? You want to
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking, man. Actually, hold on. Let me.
I get as soon as I tasted this and thought of coaches, it popped right in my head. And this is a big one. This is saying a lot about the beer.
For some reason, I'm having just like a mind blank of coaches.
There's a lot.
I know, and that's why I have an idea. Man, that'd be a big rating to give this one, though.
I think mine's a big one. I think it might. I like it.
What sport is yours?
Football. This is Green Bay Packer football.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is, I don't know. I think this is a right choice.
Because I have one that kind of goes with just the uniqueness and the hazy, Jamaican hazy, a bit of an not an oddball, a free spirit as a coach.
Is this
He's a basketball coach, legendary basketball coach.
Would
NBA,
I know him?
NBA.
Oh, NBA?
Yeah, you know him. If you heard the name, you might not.
Oh, I think I probably don't know.
But I don't know. Because I'm trying to think of Packer coach. No Packer coach to me has really been
Just
like.
wait till you hear my answer. Then it'll pop. Maybe it won't link up the same way it links up with me, but like, I'm looking at a picture of the guy right now, and I'm looking at my beer, and I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Don't peek, man.
Okay, sorry.
Come on now, man.
I'm anxious. Okay, well, shoots my goots.
Take another sip. Take a sniff. Take it all in, dude. We got a lot more beer to drink, and I'm supposed to take it down in a short amount of time here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my coach. I'll probably think of a different coach, later in the show, and I'll be like, shit, I should have.
Well, when you think of that later, coach, you can bring him up.
But you go first. Actually, no, I'll go first because
Okay.
yours is probably better than mine. So I'll go first. Save the good one for last. So I'm just gonna say Phil Jackson. I'm going Phil Jackson.
Okay.
The hippie coach. He was like the
I like
first
that.
hippie.
That's a
had a-
big rating.
It's a really good beer. Phil Jackson's one of the most decorated coaches in NBA history. Coached Michael Jordan to the 6 titles that they had. It's high. It is a big rating,
But I like the personality fits
but
the beer.
the personality fits the beer. He was a unique coach. He brought a whole new mindset to coaching and offense and playing the game, and his attitude towards his players was kind of let the players be themselves, but kind of like channel the player onto the court and fit. He just had a different way of coaching, and I think this is just kind of a different beer, but
this beer's it's
like,
itself.
but it's it's different but the same.
Yeah,
you know?
it puts a different stamp
You
on
can
the
tell
gate.
it. You can tell it's a hazy IPA. You're not like, what is this? I don't understand this beer. You're like, oh, this is an IPA. It's hazy, but man, is it smooth and just unique.
It packs
It probably could fool someone if you're like, this is an IPA. They probably wouldn't expect it to be an IPA.
Hell yeah, I love that.
So I'm going Phil Jackson.
That's a good answer, man.
What do you got?
I'm gonna give this beer a Kevin Green.
Oh, Oh,
Rest in peace. But
I love it.
Kevin Green,
I love it.
rest in peace to Kevin Green. But
I love it.
that was one of the first coaches
Yeah.
that I really took a
Right?
interest in, just because of his spunk and his tenacity and the way it was a coach but was on the field at
It was
the same
almost
time.
like he was like one of the
man.
first coaches where I felt like he wanted to be on the field more just as much or more than some of the players.
Absolutely,
you
dude.
know?
And like just in Kevin Green, I mean, I think the first moment I took a very big interest to him, it was in 2010 when the Packers were playing the Steelers in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it was coming down to the last minutes, and he pulled Clay Matthews to the side. It was a timeout, and he just looked at Clay Matthews. This is your time.
Yep.
It's your time. And you just, the goosebumps, just the way it flowed. And sure shit, Clay Matthews forces a fumble. But just Kevin Green, his funk, just the spunk he brought to the game.
Yeah.
And not only as a coach, but a player. I mean, you know, he was a linebacker, defensive end for the Rams, for the Steelers, for the Panthers, for the 49ers.
Yep.
And this dude coached with more heart than anybody had.
Yep.
You know, and you felt his presence once you got to know him. But he was different. You know, he was a long-haired, goofy motherfucker who was just into it. You know, he'd bash his head on players' helmet. He was just he was
intense.
He was the kind of coach I inspire to be. But he was different, and that's what like this beer is to me. This is this beer might be a coach, but it's a spunky. It brings its different taste to a table.
Brings its own elements.
Owns
to the beer game.
So, goddamn.
And you know, a big part of Kevin Green and how he coached was just his success as a player. So like,
whoa,
what?
He died in Destin, Florida.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa. That
Wow.
is pretty weird, man.
That is weird.
That is some.
That gives kind of me the heebie-jeebies.
That is
fucking weird,
very
dude.
strange.
Wow. Okay.
The universe is a finicky mistress.
Place. But continue. I'm sorry. That just caught my eye, man.
Man, no. Yeah, I can imagine.
Shit.
As anyone listening, Carl was just in Destin,
Yeah,
Florida, on a little, vacay, a little R&R, getting away from the world for a little bit. So yeah, no, that is
That's crazy.
that's crazy,
That's
man.
crazy.
No, what I was saying, it was along the lines of just that he was such a good. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
so he could kind of be coach the way he wanted to coach, and players would respect him. But they, I feel like if you're a dude and you're out there and you're just being this like in your face, bashing heads on helmets, dude, coach, but you're like, it'd be like me out there. Let's say it was just, I was 6'5", whatever, and I just was like studied film and then was coaching. And
Yeah.
was like, yo, let's go, let's get that,
Yeah.
tackle that, it'd be like, dude, chill, relax, buddy.
Yeah.
But since it's a Hall of Famer out there, it's almost, I would feel like as a player, like, dude, I don't know. I've never played, but man, I just feel like the amount of experience and success he's had, really like hammered home his points of like, play this way and you will also have success.
Yeah, and I feel like, we might off track on this, but a big thing for me, what I looked in with coaches, I've had coaches who never played football, who are usually like the books, like the nerds of football. They know the game,
sure,
they know.
sure.
But I've
X's and
also,
O's
but
and
I've had players, or I've had coaches who've played the game their whole lives, and that's the type of coach who I am. Where eventually when I get on the field, like, just going and filming that East game, I mean, just the. Like, I want to be out. Like, I'm a guy like Kevin Green. When I saw him, I'm like, that he wants to put on a helmet and pads and go out there and hit somebody. That, like, he's just a spunky out there. Yeah.
It's almost like the energy he brought was alive. And like, you could grab it and if you had it in you, you could grab his energy and play with it.
Yeah,
But
harness that shit.
Yeah, harness it. Yeah.
And you know what? The energy in this beer, this Jamaican Kevin Green, Phil Jackson beer, man.
it is a
It's
very,
a good,
very good IPA. I think we gave it some.
We gave it some Hall of Fame ratings.
These are
man.
Hall of Fame ratings. Man. So if you're out there,
Just look at
and-
this picture real quick of Kevin Green. Like, doesn't that?
Oh, that is.
He
just
probably has
perfect.
a Jamaican haze
perfect.
IPA, man.
You know, Coach Green, R.I.P. man, and
Hell yeah.
man, it's cool that a guy like that probably would never know it, but he brought so many people just like joy.
Oh yeah.
Not even from winning a Super Bowl, but just as a fan, when you see a coach cares as much as you do, it means so much to you as a fan.
Especially when you're
It
watching.
means so much. And he's a position coach. He was an outside linebackers coach. And to see him just attack the game and coaching and the players, like he treated Clay Matthews like it was himself out there. And
Yeah.
You just appreciate that a lot as a fan. And you know, he would be, you know, he might never understand that, you know, because he just is doing what he loves to do.
Yeah.
And it's from a dude like me who's never stepped foot on a football field and that even close to that capacity, like it means a lot.
Yeah.
So that it's cool that we got, as a Packer fan, we got to have a coach like that come through our building.
I mean, I always said when I heard that he had passed, that was one death. It was like
Tough.
that hurt. I always told all my buddies, everybody who was a fan around me, like I wanted Kevin Green to be the D coordinator. I wanted him to come back and be the D coordinator, just because you need that to have a good defense. You need to be nutty, dude. If you're a good linebacker, you look at the Ray Nitschkes, the Dick Buckuses, all these, just Brian Urlachers, they're nuts, dude.
Yeah. Well, would you want that as a coach? Maybe.
Fuck yeah, I want that as a coach. I mean,
I might want someone a little more level-headed.
No, the best. I mean, see, it varies, man.
Exactly, and that's what
everybody
I mean.
gets coached different.
Yeah, everyone has their own. See, like
I want some guy who's grabbing me by the face mask and splitting his head open over my helmet.
Sure.
Like,
yeah,
that's what gets me hyped.
All right,
but yeah,
cool.
And that's what
No,
this
I
beer.
totally
I want to
get it.
bash this beer
Yeah.
over my head and. What a goddamn beer, man!
What a great
and we
beer,
have a
dude.
whole another one to rate. Holy shit!
We have another one to rate.
So okay, how do you want to do like mid episode, or you want to just
How about when we start cribbage?
play a cribbage with the new beer?
Yeah, we'll play a game of cribbage with the new beer.
Oh,
we'll,
man, I
'cause
love the idea.
we got a little time off review we
Yeah.
can talk about. We were 2 weeks off. We got the movie review, and then we'll play our game of cribbage. So we probably got, I don't know, another one of these in us, and then cribbage rolls around, we'll crack another one, and
Then we can finish the show with a couple more Kevin Green, Phil Jacksons.
oh, it's gonna be a good one.
Hey,
Can't wait.
god damn, I'm impressed.
I am too, man. You picked
know,
a good one, man. Good.
this
yeah,
is a
good
beer
eye,
that
good
I-
eye.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, Jamaica, man. I couldn't pass it up.
No.
This is episode 23, ladies and gentlemen. Phil
we're-
Jackson.
We're
Kevin
drinking.
Green.
We're drinking Hinterland Jamaican Haze IPA.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Crack one open for Kevin Green and Phil Jackson. Maximilian, this is episode 23. Let's
Yo,
fucking get jiggy
come
with
on.
it, dog.
I like beer 'cause it is good.
Yup.
I drink beer because I should.
I do.
If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I
Woohoo!
drink beer when I am sad, 'cause the beer, it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer.
Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. What a good way to start. I mean,
I got a quick run to the old.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right
bathroom
after
quick.
ya.
Man, these are going through fast.
had to have a couple warm-ups. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back in the studio. This is, I did some traveling out to Florida. I hanging out with a couple buddies, had a good time, but every time I travel, I've driven East Coast, West Coast, I've driven a good amount of this country, and every time I go, I'm excited to be back in Wisconsin. I mean, for the fact that family's here, the Stew's here, Baldy, Max, and Millions here, but it's just it. In all honesty, traveling the states, traveling to new places, I love seeing new places, but every time I'm gone, I'm just happy to be back.
Yeah, it is weird how traveling does that. It's like you get such a rush, and then eventually, well, for me, and I feel like for you as well, you have that big rush, and it's super exciting, and you love it, but then you hit a point where you're just like, all right,
I need to see
I'm ready to be back home and to just chill with my family and my people.
Yeah.
And it's man, it's tough because like I have you have like an adventurous spirit, and you like we both want to get out there and see the world, I feel like, but man, sometimes the calling of home is just it's a weird pull that just for some reason always brings me back,
Yeah, but it definitely calls harder in different places, like when I was out west,
right.
I was pretty content. I like my nature, my woods, my trees, my mountains.
Absolutely.
And I love Florida. It was beautiful where I was.
Sure.
Absolutely, but it was just like this isn't my calling. This isn't my place. And obviously I was there for 4 days, so a reminder every day is like, hey, you're on vacation. Enjoy where you're at. Enjoy the place you're at. Enjoy the fact that you get to travel and be in fucking Florida,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, to me, it's like I need some trees, man. I need
I feel that.
I need Midwestern hospitality again. Like everything that comes with it. It really shows itself when you're gone.
I think too. I mean, do you think some of it has to do with if you have things to do? So when we're out in Colorado, like we were working with crews. We were not only working, but we had like every week it was almost something new. I mean, I know you were kind of stationed in one spot, but it was like,
but it was still new.
It was still new every week. It was like a new challenge every week. Where it's almost like you're traveling for vacation. It's almost like you feel like you have to do things because if you don't, you feel like you're gonna waste time.
Yeah, and I think it's that exactly what you're saying. It's that sort of pressure, I guess, which is
right.
Which I really try to get myself out of that funk. Where at the end of the day, to me, it was like I'm on vacation. I get to do whatever I want.
Right.
But like you were saying, like I don't want to just sit in a hotel for 4 days and come back. But at the same time, it was rainy every day. So it was like
weather's huge too.
Weather's huge.
I guarantee if it was 80 and sunny every day, and you were just chilling on the beach 4 straight days. Whether you were like drinking or not, you could just be sitting on a beach with water for 8 hours, and you'd probably be the greatest time ever.
Yeah, the weather made a huge factor. I mean, you drink heavy, and I mean not we weren't just drinking, but just hanging out, going around.
Yeah.
And we started our trip with like a beautiful sunny day.
Yeah, that excitement of first getting there.
Yeah, dude. And then you wake up and it's drowsy, it's rainy.
Yeah.
We couldn't go in the water because of the riptide, and it's like,
what should we do today? It's like,
man.
we can't really just go sit and chill on a beach because it's raining.
It's a big for me. Like, as I went through it, I was like, you know what? Stop setting expectations. Just enjoy the fact that you're where you're at. Like, not a lot of people can just come to Florida.
It's tough though.
It's tough. It's tough, but it's a kind of a BS thing to whine about, I guess. Like I'm in Florida, I'm on a beach.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, when you get older too, there's so many other things that play a role in it. It's like you pay money to go down there, and yeah, you're lucky enough and you have the ability to go, but when you pay a good chunk of money, you kind of don't want to see rain and clouds.
Yeah.
You want to see sunshine and the beach and the water.
Yeah.
And it does suck when you do have expectations because of the money you paid.
Yeah.
And that's for any trip. Any trip is going to cost money.
Anything in general. Yeah.
Anything you do where you put a chunk of money down or into something, your expectation levels are heightened, and you're just like, okay, I've got this X amount of dollars invested into this trip, this product, whatever you're buying, and it raises your expectations. And sometimes it's like, it kind of is a bummer when you're like, shit, that's not what I thought I was going to be getting out of this.
And that's a big thing I would like to fall out of. Like, if you get an opportunity to do something, take advantage of it. Whether, don't let the weather conduct how your trip's going to be. Don't let the personalities you're surrounded by conduct. At the end of the day, you're with yourself in a beautiful place. Or, if this is something you plan, get what you can out of it. You got, for me, I had 4 days, and I kept reminding myself, I'd miss home and stuff. But it's like, I'll be home in 3 days. I've been looking forward to this. Yeah. Take advantage of it, whether the weather's shitty or not. It's just, I was blessed enough to be able to take a trip like this. I'm not going to shit it away and come home and say it was lousy because of the weather. That's, to me, be happy with what you're blessed with, I guess. I don't know. And I was blessed with hella cases of Busch Light, a fucking shitload of white sand, and dolphins. I saw dolphins.
You saw dolphins?
Man.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I saw dolphins.
And that's a part of traveling is learning to take the good with the bad, and to learning to, shit, it was a rainy day, but we still got, we still made the best of it. That's a part of traveling and a part of vacations is learning that. And, the only way that your last vacation was not as successful as you would like it to be is if on your next vacation you let those same problems continue with you. You let that same mindset continue with you. So, I had the same experience out in California. Like, I had one nice day, and then the rest of the days was windy, cloudy. But, you just kind of have a mindset, make the most of it, and push forward. And you know what? It's in the past. You had fun. Fucking move forward.
You got to see a new place. You got to experience new people.
New people is huge.
Hey, I will say one thing, and this is the one thing I was surprised and happy about, is the hospitality and just the kindness of the people out there. Coming from a place like Wisconsin, like the Midwest, I'll try one of them hazies. I have a high expectation out of people coming from where I come from. The area of which I come from is a lot of kind people, whether you know the person or not. If you're walking past them on the street, I always ask somebody, how you doing? Like, hey, you just say hi, you wave, and there's a lot of places that people aren't just like that or outgoing like that. Yeah. But in Florida, I mean, where I was, that was one thing I took from it, is like, people were very kind, excited to have us there. Like,
that's good. That's awesome.
And like enthusiastic about telling us where to go. Hey, I'm gonna bring you here. Like, we had an Uber driver, so we had like a set of bars we'd go to. And what I loved the bars because it was all outdoors.
Right, huge. Especially for now.
And our Uber driver was like, "Hey, where you guys from?" We're like, "We're from Green Bay. We're here on vacation." Yeah. And it was like the cash cab. All of a sudden, he pressed the button and lights just, lights went off.
Oh, shit.
And he, like, pulled out a disco ball, and he's like, well, I got you guys for 10 minutes. I'm going to make it worth your trip. And he just, like, blasted music, and it was awesome. And, like, little things like that. It was, like, that's what made it, like, worthwhile for me, is just the hospitality. And people were happy to have us there. And everybody was just there to have a good time. There was no problems. There was no negativity except for the shit that you stew upon yourself. And
exactly,
but it was great. I mean, it was good. I'm gonna pee.
Good, man.
I'm gonna
use the we're gonna take the lessons we learned and move forward.
Yeah,
we're gonna keep the show going forward.
That's what I'm talking
into our next segment here. We're gonna have movie reviews coming as soon as Kärel comes back.
Oh yeah,
and I'll get I'll set the stage a little bit here while Kärel's gone. So 2 weeks ago, we played a game of cribbage. I was in the lead at the end of the game, so I got to roll the dice for our monthly challenge. I rolled dice that corresponded with picking out a movie for the other person to watch. So I told Kärel to watch Super Troopers 2. And Kärel told me to watch the movie Warrior. Super Troopers 2 is obviously a sequel to Super Troopers, the Vermont, I believe, Highway State Patrol cop movie. Just one of my favorite comedies of all time, I think. Man, I watched it, the first one again last night. I was planning on watching the second one after the first one, but I just couldn't stay awake, and I had to go to bed. Because I wanted to talk about it with Kärel, but I failed. I dropped the ball. I had 2 weeks to do it, and I didn't. But I watched my movie, Warrior, which is a fictional UFC story, and it just a really captivating story. I have thoughts, good and bad, about it. But yeah, so Kärel watched Super Troopers 2. I watched Warrior.
Pretty
and,
opposite spectrum.
Super opposite spectrum. Would you mind just closing that door
yeah,
all the
for
way
sure.
behind you?
That bothers me when it's open.
Yeah. But all right. Beautiful. Gracias. Yeah, so definitely different, way different spectrum of movies. Complete opposite ends. One was very serious.
Did you like Warrior?
I did, dude. Man, it was a weird movie because there was parts that gave me chills. I literally had chills at some points, and I was just captivated by the movie. But then there were other parts about it that I couldn't. That just drove me nuts, kind of. But I mean, that's a part of a movie,
But I'm curious to hear it because I feel the same way about the movie.
and because there were so many parts of that movie where, it was an entertaining movie. If you just want to be entertained, be captivated, you want to get lost in a movie, just get lost in a story for a couple hours, Warrior's great. But if you start thinking about it too much, you'll be like, what kind of movie did I just watch? What was that?
Okay, all right, well,
But at the same time, it's like I really
explain.
enjoyed it. Exactly.
Go into
okay.
depth about that.
All right, so Warrior is a fictional UFC movie.
Yeah.
So it's not based on a true story. It's not based on real events. I believe so. Let me just double check. I didn't Google this before. I can't imagine it's based on a true story.
I don't think.
I don't think so because it
It
didn't.
could be,
it didn't
though.
say.
You never know.
It didn't say.
No.
Yeah, so it's
No,
not. It's
yeah,
not based
yeah,
on a true story. But okay, so what it is there are two brothers, and they both, in their childhood, split at
Yep.
one point just because of parental situations. One brother stays with the mother. One brother stays with the father. One brother is a physics teacher, and is just a wrestler, really good at wrestling. Has a family, the typical wife and kids.
Yep.
Picket house, big house,
White picket fence, all that
fence,
shit. Yeah.
little kids running around, neighbors all over the place, parties going on. The typical family situation.
Yeah.
The other brother, complete opposite. Went into the military. Came out, probably started drinking, fucked up after the military. Saw a lot of things. Later on in the movie, you find out he saved some people in a different. So the military brother, what was it? He he left his group.
His group.
I can't remember what the
He left his base or left his.
Yeah, I can't remember the official military term for
Yeah.
it, but it's like he left his group without telling anyone. But then as he was leaving his group, he ran into another group and saved a bunch of lives.
Yeah.
But he still did a military.
It was like a crime, basically.
Yeah, a military
Yeah.
crime. He committed a military crime, but also saved a bunch of people after committing this crime. So it's this weird dichotomy of, well, is he a bad guy or is he a good guy?
Yeah.
And he's just a hard ass in the movie. It's Tom Hardy.
Yep.
And, Tom Hardy's just a great actor, and he plays the badass very well, the troubled
He's
badass.
a quiet spoken, just hard ass.
Yeah, he was a wrestling prodigy when he was a teenager, and his father coached him really hard in wrestling. But anyway, so both these brothers take different paths to get to this crazy, insane UFC tournament.
Yeah.
and it's it's a 2-night tournament.
It's like a sudden death tournament,
Yeah,
basically.
single elimination. There's a bracket, and it's just single elimination, and the winner gets $5 million. I think there's like 32 fighters, 16 matches total. You have to win like 4 fights. I think with the fourth fight is the championship fight. So it just goes, and of course the two brothers wind up in the championship match against each other, and the physics teacher wins. Another thing, the physics teacher needed the money to save his house and his family, whereas the other brother needed the money to send to a fallen comrade's family. So he was going to take the $5 million he won and send it to his best buddy's wife, because his best buddy had
died in the military.
And that's why he committed his crime and left, because it was friendly fire that killed his best buddy.
Yeah.
So in the movie, an American bombing bombed his crew, killing his best buddy, and I think everyone in their crew were like a lot of people.
Yeah.
So he just kind of said, F this, I'm done with the military, I'm done with this. They're going to come over here and just kill us, not do anything for us, not help us, not save us. I'm leaving.
But the way it ended.
Yeah, the way it ended.
Which was the part where it was like, that's where it like kind of white knuckled, like on edge, like I don't know that I did like the I like that.
There were so many parts that, like I said, gave me chills, where I was like, oh, that's a good moment. Like they created a good moment, and but no, I think a lot of it was just kind of ridiculous though, because the champion. So this physics teacher who was always like a good he was also a professional UFC fighter at one point in his life. He was like
fighting on the side without his significant other knowing, so he could make...
Right. So what happened was, at one point in his life, he was a UFC fighter, and then he became a physics teacher. But being a physics teacher alone wasn't paying the bills, so he started to fight on the side to make extra money.
Yeah.
Just in like little strip club bar fights.
Yeah, like some. Yeah, he was just beating the shit out of some scrubs, basically.
So, but what happens is this physics teacher, to make it to the championship round, he fights like the world's greatest fighter, who's never lost a fight. He's from like Germany or something, like Russia or something, and he's like 50-0, and he's the most badass fighter the UFC's ever seen, and all these amazing, crazy things. And the physics teacher gets knocked around. I mean, he gets his head just clocked so many times in this movie. But then he ends up, submitting him because he's a physics teacher and he knows the physics of how to, like, hip throw a guy and then grab his neck the right way.
So were those kind of like the moments?
But no, this is the ridiculous moment.
Okay.
After the physics teacher got his ass literally beaten down, his face was ground beef by the end of this fight.
Yeah, he looked like shit.
20 minutes later, he had to fight the championship fight against his brother. And didn't lose a beat. Like, the same exact thing happened. His brother came out, beat the shit out of him for like a round and a half, and then the physics teacher submitted him and won. He broke his leg or something. He snapped his shoulder.
And he kept beating the shit out of his
And he was telling his brother, he was like, dude, why are you still fighting? He's like, stop. Yeah. So it was just, it was entertaining because it was just created. Like they created these moments where if you're not thinking about it and you just get wrapped up in the story and you just roll with it, you'll get caught up with it and you'll get swept away in the emotions of a brother and a father who's a drunk or was a drunk and is now trying to train his son, but his son doesn't want him to be trained.
But you remember that part when his father's sober and his father starts training dude.
Yep.
And then for some reason at the hotel or whatever, his dad like relapses or something, and he's like, like his son's sitting like petting
talking about
him on
Moby
the bed.
Dick.
Yeah, there was like parts of the movie where it's just like, oh man, I could have seen this one coming from a mile away, man.
And like the way Tom Hardy fought, like dude, I will say that his first fight when he beat in just like the little local gym
when he like first comes to train.
Yeah, and he's
and
just hitting the heavy
shit.
bag. He's just punching, and this like elite MMA fighter needs a sparring partner because the dude just knocked his other sparring partner out.
Yeah.
So Tom Hardy's like, I'll spar
Yeah,
him.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'll
And
do
the coach is like, oh, that's a wobbly table. And the coach is like, dude, he's going to kill you. Like, we can't let you fight this guy. And eventually Hardy just breaks the coach out and he's like, let me do it. Come on. Let me fight him. I'll sign whatever you want me to sign. I don't care. He can kill me in this ring. I don't care. And, of course, he fights the dude and completely just
beats the shit.
Beats.
Tom Hardy looked big in that movie.
Dude, his traps were
like, holy fuck.
It looked like he was injected with Botox in his traps. It was insane.
Okay, so.
But, dude, so overall, like, oh, man, like, I don't know if we're going to rate it.
We don't have to rate it, but, like.
But, okay, for overall entertainment, if you just want to be entertained, great movie. Just a fun, like.
I was into it
just
for
a cool,
sure. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people wanted to start fighting afterwards.
If you can put yourself, like, for me, sometimes when I'm watching new movies, like, I try and just, like, you can see what's going to happen in the movie.
Right.
You know, and if you can put yourself out of that mindset where you just allow the movie to be the movie and just watch the movie and be a part of it, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But, like, it was a movie where it's like, I know exactly what's going to happen in this movie. I know where it's going to go.
And just the way the two brothers were able to enter this tournament. I mean, it was supposed to be a tournament for, like, the greatest UFC fighters.
As soon as you saw them both at the tournament, you're like, all right, they're going to end up fighting each other.
Right. And it was basically, it was like, I don't know which brother is going to win. You knew the brothers were going to face off.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, which one is going to win?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was there was cheesy parts.
Like
I said, there were parts that when I got swept up in, it just gave me chills. Just was like, wow, that's a good manufactured scene just from start to finish. Like I saw how they, the brother struggling with his kids and now he's fighting to save his kids and his family. There's parts that give you chills, but then after you're done watching it, you're like, all right. It was good. It was fun. It was like just a 1 out of 10, a 6.
Yeah.
Just like there were parts that was like, oh shit, that was cool. And then there were parts like, oh my God, that was the cheesiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I give it a 6.
I agree.
It was definitely not a bad movie by any means.
Predictable movie for sure.
Predictable, but entertaining.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. I was glad I watched it, and I was glad, because I had heard people talking about that movie quite a bit, but like a couple of years ago, and I just never got around to watching it.
I never, until my significant other introduced it, I never saw it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I'm in the same headset as you, because like I am one person who I'm a big sports movie guy.
Yeah.
Those are my movie. I like
them realistic.
Yeah.
But if you look at it almost like, if there's any anime watchers out there, almost like an anime where it's like the fighting is not realistic. Like, obviously in an anime, like someone could get their head chopped off and they're still going to come back to life.
Yeah.
It's not that extreme, but it's extreme in the fact that there's a tournament of the greatest fighters in the world. They fight 4 nights in 2 days. That's the most... Like, some fighters take 4 months to train for one fight.
I will say, like, the fighting scene between the brothers when Hardy does, like, breaks his leg or whatever, his shoulder,
yeah.
and, like, he's taking the kick, it's like, oh, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Like, tap out, like.
Well, yeah, you have a special relationship with that shoulder. I think most people would...
But no, I think
I
I sit pretty even level with you. Like, definitely, I put it like a 6. Like, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Predictable, but it was good. Like, if you put yourself into it, it was a good movie.
Yeah, if you, like I said, just let yourself get caught up in it and don't try to overthink it.
That's
don't
like,
try to be. It's fictional. See, I first was like, is this? I kept going back and forth. I was like, is it real? Is it not? And I didn't want to look it up. I just kind of wanted to let it play out. And then once the tournament started, I was like, all right, this is not.
Yeah.
But it was just fun. It was just a fun, like,
You just,
kind of inspirational.
my biggest pet peeve is watching movies with people who obviously I know the fucking movie is fake,
Right.
or people who are like, "Oh, that would never happen."
Yeah.
It's like, come
It's
on,
like,
I
I
know
know,
it wouldn't,
but-
dude. Just let me think
Let me just
it would, you know, like.
And it's almost like you have to
And that was like my own mind while I was watching it. Like, all right, shut up. I know
exactly,
it's not. Yeah.
exactly. And you almost have to just say going into it, it's not real, but I want to be swept away in
Yeah.
the emotion and the pageantry of a UFC like mega event. Like
Yeah.
if there was an event, I kept trying to think like if they put on an event like this, it would be as hyped as it is being hyped in this movie.
Yeah, it
like
would.
it would
for
be
sure.
a huge deal. Now with
It
two
would.
scrubs who have like haven't seen a UFC octagon in
Right?
5 years,
Fighting at strip clubs after teaching chemistry. Like,
be able to
oh, yeah.
be able
Oh,
to make it. Probably not. But
I mean,
that's the fun. of it.
Hardy probably could.
Maybe
He
Tom
was a
Hardy.
fucking crazy
He's-
motherfucker. But, yeah. And
Yeah,
so
like-
I watched,
You watch Super Troopers too, man.
Hey.
Tell me about it.
I mean, for a second movie, like, for me, to me, this is like the making of, like following American Pies. You know, American Pie 1, you know, like,
Sure.
classic funny movies. We grew up watching American Pies. We grew up watching Superbad, Super Troopers,
and Wedding Crashers,
and Wedding Crashers, and
Euro Trip,
and like
Old
every
School.
old school, yeah, Accepted, fucking all these movies.
Yeah.
Where every like first one of the like you can't beat the first American Pie. You can't beat.
No, they're so organic. Just
Yeah. They're the first. Like I'm so
Right.
happy they never made a Superbad 2. You're like, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
Like,
right.
but I will say with Super Troopers, like the way, the way they did it, I got a kick out of it. I
Okay.
loved it. Like, so, you know, they got fired from their highway cop jobs and
Okay, yeah. So quick, one of my questions I was going to ask you was because there was such a gigantic gap between the first and second movies.
I had to look back.
Yeah, so they did it well where they were like, all right, they got fired and they're now
Yeah.
And it was a good like did they make it seem like there was a big gap between the two of them?
Well, they explained it. They
Okay.
so they start the movie with a big tour bus getting pulled over,
Okay.
and it's Stifler
Okay.
and the guy who plays I cannot remember his name, but anyway, it's Stifler and this other guy who pull this big tour bus over, and it's the original Super Troopers crew.
Okay.
But they're a band. They're on like a tour,
okay.
and it's they're just talking about like, oh, you guys were the highway crew that got fired a while back, and they're like, yeah, we created this band. And they're
Okay.
like, oh, we're huge fans, blah blah blah, whatever. And then they like come to it, and it was a dream the whole time, you know.
Okay.
So like they definitely like they set it up super well.
Okay.
The way they did it, because like when they first pulled these guys over and they're talking about how they got fired, I'm like, I cannot fucking remember how they got fired
Sure.
5 years ago,
Right.
in this movie, but the way they did it, like it they mashed it up really well, and I mean it was kind of the same humor. I mean like they brought what was it, the meow scene
Okay. Yeah.
with
yeah.
God damn it, what's his name? Jim Gaffigan. So
Oh, they brought-
Jim Gaffigan was in the movie
Larry
again.
Johnson.
Yeah. So they did this. So they had him back, and they kind of had like the same sense, but like their story plot, it was different, but they definitely they brought the old movie into it and let you like kind of refreshed it for you.
Okay.
And it was funny. I mean, it was one of those movies to me. It was funny. It was a good second movie, but it wasn't I don't know. It wasn't the same. I don't know.
Wasn't the first one.
It's hard for me watching like good first movies like that, and then
Did you rewatch the first movie at all?
no, I
just
did
went-
not.
okay.
Yeah, I didn't wanna.
No, yeah, it's I mean,
I didn't want to watch the first movie again.
and then be
Right before-
disappointed.
yeah. But I will say, for a second movie like that, like it was good.
Was
Like
it
to
for a
me, so
sequel?
like
Okay.
the second American Pie was a good movie.
Yeah, I thought the second one was
I
okay.
thought they like even the third. That's when they started fading out. But like the second American Pie, like movies like that, it was good, funny.
So it was
fun.
comparable to the second American Pie.
Yeah, like it
Okay.
was. I thought it was funny. I laughed. I got a good laugh
Because
out of
I
it.
did enjoy the second American Pie.
And they even
movie.
brought back the guys who got pulled over.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
shit.
But they have like kids and
He
shit.
can't pull over any
Yeah.
farther. He's already pulled over.
They brought back like the driver, but he has kids, and like it's so
Oh.
yeah. So
You ate like $100 for the pot, man, and like
you owe me like
$30 for the shrooms, dude.
you owe me like $130, man. That's not cool, man.
Dude, and dude, because I just watched the first Super Troopers last night, so it's fresh in my head.
Oh, I haven't. I want to watch it so bad.
Dude, that opening scene when they pull those three guys over, dude, the second time they pull them over, so they pull them over, and then they think they're good. But these dudes, they have, so the cops leave after the first time they pull them over. And they're still just sitting in the car. They haven't started driving again.
That's fucked up.
And they're just
man.
sitting there, and they're like, "Oh man, it was crazy. We pulled it off." We're so, and then the cop car squeals back, and the looks on their faces when it's just, I mean, they're shaking in the car, like, "Oh,
It's so.
it is." Especially, now having more life experience and being able to be like, if that happened to me and I was
Holy
in their shoes in the same
my God.
situation they were in with the substances that they had in their bodies and that was going through that was happening to me,
my God.
I would be just losing my mind. And
Pull over. We already pulled over. He can't pull over any farther. Like the little thing.
yes, sir, or yeah, sure. Well, what I said was yeah, sure, but what I meant was yes, sir. Just like
Oh
the
my
syrup
God.
chugging scene is one,
Go
two,
girlfriend. I'm your
three.
boyfriend.
do it.
Go girlfriend. I'm
Your
your mother.
mother.
Cup the balls. You gotta cup the balls.
Got those thin little bird lips. You're never gonna win with those thin little bird lips. It's like, dude, some
Unit
of that.
92, come in.
Do you need my assistance?
Dude,
Do you need my assistance?
we've quoted that movie. Cream? Cream?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, no
cream.
cream.
And something.
Oh, bar of soap. You got me good, you motherfucker.
Give me the goddamn bar of soap. Like just.
I'm sitting here all nibbly bibbly.
Am I eating mice?
See, like, those are the things, like, that took away from the second movie where it's just, like, the classic
Yeah.
quotes. And just, I mean, I thought they did a good job.
Okay.
To me, it got hyped up a lot more than it
Well, I
I
think
thought-
yeah, and I think that has time.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it was 3 years between the movies, it wouldn't be as.
I
hyped
think
up,
they
but-
did it good, though. I think spreading that time out, and like, see, like American Pie was like American Pie 2, American Pie 3,
Yeah.
like, and it was just like, fuck. And
Well, and the other
these
thing-
movies get old, man.
They didn't have like a huge budget. I mean, it was like I think it was like a crowd-funded crowd.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it was like a big.
Because those I've never really seen those actors.
No, I mean they're all. I think they were all comedians and
Mhm.
like into just being funny people and like whatever that world
Yeah.
entails. But yeah, no, I think that's cool. I'm excited. I want to watch it. I'm gonna watch it sooner rather than later. Because dude, yeah, I loved Super Troopers. Is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Of all time.
And so
They did it so good. The first one was just
it's just so unique. Like
Yeah.
all those guys together melding their styles of comedy. It's almost like the Monty Python group
Yeah.
when they
Do
came
you
out.
boys like Mexico?
And the snozberries taste like snozberries.
It's just
You know,
funny,
like
it's just like
candy bar.
Candy bar. His ears are like talking to
Yeah.
candy bar.
It's just, oh man, and then when Farva shows up to the party, open bar, dude, and he's just slamming beers. Oh my god! And spread your cheeks. I'm gonna butter your bread.
What do you want, a chinchilla? Oh, they think I'm Mexican. You're not Mexican? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so it was definitely I'm gonna watch the first movie again.
Yeah, I think before the show I was saying just like I used to watch like the first half of the first movie and I'd be like, okay, I got my Super Troopers fix.
Dude, we used to watch that movie so much.
But I watched it all the way through again last night, and like the ending of that movie is just as it's so good.
Oh,
It's
man.
so good. It's so funny. I love that movie so much.
Dude, you have like the DVD collection. I remember
Yeah.
oh man, you had all like are you a fan like of Pineapple Express? Are you a
Love Pineapple
See,
Express.
I love Pineapple
It's
Express
a weird
too.
comedy. It's long. It's long.
Long,
But
I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was great.
I enjoy it because it's like it's a story, it's like they go and sleep in the woods and then they wake up and start doing shit, and it's like it's not like they cut to someone doing something and they leave and come back and they're doing something completely different.
Yeah.
It's you follow everyone's story. It's
Yeah.
long, it's drawn out, and it's just I think it's hilarious. I love Pineapple Express.
It's amazing to me. Like Seth Rogen wrote Superbad in high school
yeah.
and wrote Knocked Up in high school. Knocked
Right.
Up is still a movie. And Zach and Miri make a porno.
Yep, that's it.
Like just
that one's funny.
like in Superbad, especially hearing like Seth Rogen talk about it, he's
Yeah.
like, these were just experiences we
Yeah.
had. Like we basically just wrote our high school career.
Yeah.
You know,
Isn't that crazy?
it's like you're 16 years old. These are just movies you're writing. Like, oh, Seth and Miri make a porno. That's another movie that's
so. It's I feel like because it has the word porno in it.
yeah.
Like it was like people shied away from seeing it.
Oh
but-
yeah, for sure.
Oh my god, that
The
movie
whole-
is
it's great.
hilarious.
It's out there. It's definitely
It's just weird. It's a weird.
it's a weird, and so is like Euro Trip. That's
yeah,
like the first introduction I had to like any of these
just
movies,
weird.
and I watched that way too young.
And so many of the movies I feel like we really like are these weird movies where like these characters go on these like journeys.
yeah,
And they like have these weird experiences and they're like meeting these
Yeah.
weird people and like
dude, I just every time I watch Superbad and I see Jonah Hill, I think of Tommy. I'm like, that was who I remember Tommy being when he was in high school. It's fucking Jonah. Tommy would be the guy filling detergent bottles up with booze, and dancing to Biggie Smalls to some random motherfucker's girl, like, and then make love it. Like, I don't know, dude.
God.
I wish he was here.
I do too.
Like,
That'd be
goddamn.
hilarious to talk. Oh my god.
Hey, but good movies.
God, they were great movies, man. I'm gonna watch Super Troopers 2.
I'll probably watch Warrior again, and I'm definitely
Refresh.
gonna watch Super Troopers 1.
Dude,
Just a
man, I love that
classic,
movie.
dude.
I love that movie so much.
Well, goddamn, I feel like after all this talk, I need to energize my brain with a couple hands of crib, man.
Let's get some cribbage going.
Let's get
Hell
some
yeah, let's
cribbage
do it.
going. We talked,
it.
yeah, we had Max watch Warrior. Good old UFC movie. I watched Super Troopers 2.
Super Troopers 2.
So
Hell yeah.
I definitely say, I'm not gonna. I definitely say go and watch it. It's a good movie. Definitely a good movie. Not a bad movie. It's just.
I mean, it
it's
sounds like
interesting.
it sounds like if you like the first Super Troopers,
you'll be intrigued.
You'll enjoy the second one.
Absolutely.
And that's all you can ask for. I feel like. Hell
But,
yeah, let's get this
I
going.
mean, we're gonna transition here to a little. We're gonna get cribbed.
little game of cribbage going.
Max is up. He's up
My-
by 4.
It's my deal. It is currently the score is I have 98 points. I have 98 points. Kärel has 94 points. Yeah, and so the cribbage is a game to 120 or 121 technically.
And of course, play to a little. Hey, shout out Decker, man.
Well,
We
I'm
gave
gonna,
no shout
I'm gonna
outs.
finish this, and then should we crack open the the new ones?
Ooh. Hey, Deck, we didn't forget about you, man. Shout out.
Shout out Decker, man.
Go check out Decker Pollinari.
We'll get him back on the show again at some point.
Oh, he'll be back.
I have I started creating like a wish list of guests, just of like so we could kind of keep track.
Yeah.
Deck is definitely on there. Get him back on.
I got a guy who done up my ink.
Yeah, so we just got some. We had a dude. We actually the guitarist dude, hit us up and was like, "Hey, I want to get on the show." And I sent him a message, and I was just like, "Dude, we're not the most organized dudes right now."
Wait,
so
who?
He didn't hit me up directly. He hit up to hold us accountable.
Yeah.
So I hit him back and was like, "Dude, I'm sorry, we're not the most like coordinated dudes, and
He's
we're
been wanting to get on.
yeah." I was like, "We're still trying to figure this out. We definitely want you on the show. Just hold tight."
He'll
man."
be a good guest though too. He's gonna bring some good musical talent to the show.
Hell yeah. No, it'd be, and dude, the fact that people are reaching out to us and want to get on is so cool, and
And we're gonna create some merch.
we're gonna have some merch coming, man. We're gonna have it, just to have it.
Just
And
to
if
have it.
someone wants to reach out, and like, dude, throw me a shirt.
If you get a guest on, you get a shirt.
I also have an idea for the merch. I'm gonna tell you when I get back.
All right. Am I shuffling? So we're about to play cribbage. Max is up. I'm down. We talked beer of the week. We're about to do our second beer of the week, which is a home brew from some family who donated us some home brew. And we're getting closer and closer to this winner-loser bracket, big winner-loser bracket. So once Maximilian's back in the stew, we'll be able to talk a little bit about that. Max's deal, Max's crib. So we're gonna figure out what the challenge of the week is after this hand, and we're just gonna talk some shit, play some crib, man.
Sure. Yeah, dude. No, my idea for the merch, I'll say it right now, quick.
Yeah, I bet.
So I want for episode 25
Ooh.
to be able to give out some free merch.
Okay.
So what I want to do is be like, all right, if you go to if you find us on Apple Podcasts, you give us a review of whatever star review, and you write a review. You write like whatever you want. You can write anything.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter
Anything
to us
you want.
what you write. If you want to write, what your favorite beer is. You want to tell us what your favorite beer is, and you want to give us an idea for a beer for the show.
Give us a movie
suggestions, or even a monthly challenge suggestion.
weekly challenge suggestion, anything, man.
If you have your own monthly challenge you want to be held accountable to, and you want to just leave a review and say, hey, this is the monthly challenge for myself, help hold me accountable to it.
Hell yeah.
If you leave us a review, we're going to send you some merch. Free. All you got to do is leave us a review. We want to do that on episode 25.
All right. So this is episode 23. You guys got 2 episodes.
I'm gonna announce it again next week, and then on episode 25, we'll read reviews and we'll say, this person, thank you. We're gonna send you a shirt. Get in contact with us. We're gonna send you a hat. So yeah, eventually we're gonna be
hat, koozie, or a shirt. You'll get whatever we got for you for free.
We'll send you merch. We're gonna send merch to people who leave us reviews.
We want you guys to be a part of what we're doing.
Yeah,
I mean we get to come on here and talk shit, and we want you guys to be a part of it.
If it takes a little enticing,
we'll do it.
No problem. But I think that'd be cool. I definitely, out of my own pocket, I'd be willing to
absolutely
get some shirts made, get some hats made, and if we can get some people leaving us reviews and stuff like that, we're gonna send you something.
Our idea, I mean, we'd want ideas from you guys. We want to hear what you guys want. We want challenges. Like, we'd love some outside challenges. We need more brains. We got 2 brains in here.
The more the better.
Yeah, exactly, man.
And I think working on some merch ideas that some people would be good.
Absolutely,
And,
I love that idea. And then
Help spread the word a little bit.
I mean, I think these shirts are pretty goddamn slick, man.
So yeah, I gotta get where you got the hat and these shirts made.
I still got my shirts. All I have to do is put in sizes and colors. So
Yeah, and we'll get
as that.
We'll get like 5 long sleeves, 5 short sleeves. We'll
Yeah.
get like five of those hats made.
Hell yeah.
And then if we get people leaving reviews, we'll send them out. And
Get active.
so yeah, that's what we want to do. I'll say it again in the start of next week's show.
And we also have some idea. I mean, try to to get you guys. For people who aren't full podcasters, don't want to listen to the full episodes. We got some ideas to kind of break apart our segments.
Yep.
And feed you guys some of our videos and shorter segments.
Yeah, little snippets, clips.
So real quick, I'm gonna grab us beer of the week number 2.
Number 2, let's get it
And
going.
we're going to drink this while we play a little cribbage.
Yep.
If you want to, I don't know if, not necessarily give names, but give the background of how we got this beer.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
This beer we're about to drink, this is our beer of the week number 2. This comes from a listener, our listener friends, Grant and Ted. Thank you so much. This is Down and Out Ale. Drink at your own risk.
Hey, shout out to Grant and Ted, dude. This is an awesome looking beer, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I love the fact,
Down and Out Ale. I think, I can't because of the phone. I believe it's an IPA. He said serve it ice cold.
Here, guy. Take that one. I'll take that one.
All right.
Hey, give that camera a little
Yeah.
flashy pooski. Oh, yeah. Drink at your own risk.
These are from our friends in Delafield, Wisconsin.
A home.
Just west of Milwaukee.
Ooh.
Homebrew. Smells funky. It's got a funky scent to it. I can't lie. So what we're going to do, we're going to grade this beer on a scale of 1. Let's do 1 to 5.
1 to 5.
1 to 5. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst.
And we're going to give it straight up.
We're going to give it straight up. This way everyone knows it's not like a coach. There's no bias. There's nothing. It's just this is a homebrew, man. And, this is...
We're keeping... I might keep this bottle.
Oh, yeah, we're keeping this bottle. Cheers. Hell yeah. Let's give it a shot.
Let's do it.
Down and Out Ale. Here we go. Ooh. Interesting.
Not bad.
Interesting.
Hey.
There's a lot of flavors going on. That's a lot of flavors going on right there.
That's not a bad home. That's not.
They said it took them about 6 weeks to brew.
Hey.
It's got some. It's a diverse taste, diverse flavor palette, diverse flavor spectrum. There's a lot of different things going on. It does end bitter. It ends bitter.
But the big thing for me, the aftertaste is good.
It is a good aftertaste. It is good aftertaste.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The smell initially,
Not the biggest fan of the smell.
wasn't the biggest fan of the aroma.
Smelled funky.
Smelled funky.
Had some
Smelled
funk
a
to
little
it.
like sour, not
Yep.
sour like rotten, but like sour.
Yep.
Not bad, man.
For a home brew, dude. I'm not gonna lie. If someone was like, "Hey, this is from let me see." Someone was like, "Hey, man, this is from Elysian. It's their cream citrus.
Yo, this is
It's their citrus cream IPA. I would say that's not a bad beer.
this ain't a bad home brew, dude.
No, I'm getting a creamy citrus.
Creamy citrus.
Shout out Decker.
Hey, shout out Decker. Shout out this beer, bro.
Yeah, this is good, man.
Down and out. Hey,
Down and out ale.
hey, good job.
Ted, Grant, you guys
Good
killed
job,
it.
dude.
Love it.
No, like this is like it's a drinkable beer.
Yeah, and I do like it. Man, I'm not gonna lie, those Jamaican Haze IPAs, I'm kind of slamming those. They're going
yeah.
down fast.
They are. We
This
got
is
one
a-
more.
This is a nice
It's a breaker.
Take it easy,
Take
slow
it
down.
easy. Hey,
Enjoy the
we're just
flavor.
trying to go down and out.
Enjoy the layers of flavor. Take a sip. Think about it.
Hey, but for like, I'm impressed. I'm not gonna just say like
I'm
for
too.
a home brew, this is good. This
This
is a good beer. It's
There's-
not a bad beer.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
if I bought this off the shelf at a store and I tasted it,
I wouldn't be disappointed.
I would not be disappointed, man.
Not at all. I would say, wow, I got 6 more of those. I can't wait to just
Hey.
enjoy them.
Yeah,
It's
so is it an IPA?
I think it is. I think it's an IPA. Ted sent me the text of what it is, but I can't access that text while I'm recording on the GoPro right now, unfortunately.
Yo, I'll say this, and I'm gonna start from the cover of the book, from the label. Love the label. If I was in the store, I saw this, it would draw my attention.
Could use a little color.
Could use a little color for sure, but the
But
name,
that's being nitpicky. That's being nitpicky.
Yeah, the characters, the drink at your own risk. I love the slogan. Love the
I
slogan.
do too.
The name, Down and Out Ale. Love it. The old man drinking a beer. He looks drunk. He looks worn out.
He's chained up.
chained down.
He's
raggedy.
down and he's out.
Great. Smell of the beer. It's the only thing I'll criticize. It smelled not necessarily attractive to me.
Not enticing. Was not an enticing smell to start.
But the taste,
Man.
dude. Hey, man.
That's good. It's good.
Wow. I'll say this off the bat. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Me too. Me too.
Definitely.
So should we give it 1 to 5? Man, because I feel like originally I'm like I don't want to give it a 3. Like
I think
4,
we should do 1 to 10, dude.
1 to 10. I think 1 to
We
10.
need a broader spectrum.
I think 1 to 10
man.
too. I think because 1 to 5 is like 1 to 10. 10 being the best.
I'm gonna give this beer.
I know what you're giving it. So I'm gonna give it the same. It's almost got a nerd flavor. There's almost a nerd, like a nerdy.
All right, so I'm gonna do like points. Like
Sure.
Like I'm gonna give this beer a 6.7.
Oh, okay, that's not too far off. I'm going 7.35 for mine.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey,
7.35.
hey, hats off, man.
Hats off.
Hats
man.
off. Hey, so have they brewed before?
I do not know.
Is this the first thing they bottled?
That is a great question, and I will have to get more information.
Because, so if this is something they're gonna continue to do, I'd like to continue to taste.
Me too.
Because
They come up with more
I'm gonna
beers.
say this right now: a 6.8 for me is a beer that I can drink multiples of. I can have a few of these. This is a good tasting beer. Aroma's big for me. I like a good aroma.
Right.
Aroma, I'm not too stoked about. The aroma is a
What do you-
little not necessarily.
What do you think about the aroma now that you've tasted it? Because I don't think it's as bad now that I've
It's
tasted
not
it.
as bad, but just like that soury cream smell.
It is weird.
It's not off-putting, but it's like I don't know.
No, I totally get what you're.
But
what
the
you're
taste,
saying.
the taste,
Taste is
the taste. So when I smelt it originally, I was like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna like the taste.
right.
But then now I like the taste.
Yeah. So you gave it a 6.7.
6.8.
6.8.
6.8.
6.8.
6.8.
I'm gonna give it a 7.35.
That's a above average good beer.
Oh,
This is a good score. That's a great score.
I would take this over. I mean, there's a few beers.
I'd take this over a handful of beers that we've tasted.
I would take it over Drop Dead Blonde.
I'd take it over way over Point. I'd take it.
Maybe
Zombie Dust. I'd probably take it over Zombie Dust.
Zombie Dust was pretty good. I don't know
Wait,
if I'd
well,
go over
there was
Zombie
one.
Dust. Zombie Dust was good. No, I mean, honestly, I might take it over Oktoberfest, the Badger State.
Yeah.
I might.
It's a good fucking beer, man.
It is good. Well, and here's the other thing. We've done a lot of like hazy. This isn't a hazy. This is like a. Well, it could be actually. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I really wish I would have.
Like this would be like.
This is man.
Indian Pale, like I don't know.
Dude, honestly, I'm looking at our beers that we've had. Like the Point Drop Dead Blonde. I mean, we haven't had a bad beer. I mean, I might take it over a Fat Squirrel.
Yeah. I mean, the Point, that was like bottom barrel. I also did work at their brewery that was unintriguing to me, so.
But no, I was also thinking, what would you think for our 25th episode? We get every single beer we've tried, and we blind taste them and rate them.
Ooh.
That'd take some doing. It'd take some work to be able to, like, do it blind.
Wow.
Do a blind taste test. But I think we could do it.
I'm down.
For our 25th, dude.
All
I
right.
think for our 25th one, man, we do a big show. Like, we
let's
should
do
do
a
it on
big
We
show.
should do it on a weekend.
Let's do it on a Saturday, like, evening.
Yeah.
And just fucking let her loose.
Let it rip.
Yeah. I'm down. Yeah. That's it. That's happening.
All right. So we're gonna come with ideas for 25 or 25.
25 is going to be a good every episode's a good episode, but 25, you want to see us let her rip.
Fireworks. You want to see some fireworks?
Yeah, you want to see some fireworks.
All right. So we got ideas coming
Hey, big shout out. Man.
big shout out to Grant and Ted.
This is awesome, dude. I'm going to keep this bottle. And
this is staying in the stew.
I hope you guys continue to brew, because if this is your first one you put in a bottle, I cannot wait to taste the next.
From T&C Brewing.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
Down and Out Ale, brewed by Ted and Grant.
Hey.
Serve ice cold. We served it ice cold. It is delicious. Very unique flavor. Super unique.
Super unique. Like I've never tasted anything like it, and I've never tasted something where like I continue to say the original smell turned me off, and from the smell to the taste, I was completely taken off guard. The taste was, I like the taste.
All I'm gonna say is this is getting me excited for our new monthly challenge.
Oh man!
But before we get to that,
we probably should play a little bit.
We gotta play this hand of cribbage, huh?
Oh yeah, man.
The hand of cribbage is dealt. It was my deal, so it's my crib.
All right, so Max, you are.
I'm at 90.
You got 22 points, 23 till victory.
Yeah, I'm at 98 right now.
There's no. Okay,
well,
so
you're not that. You're at 94.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a close game.
And my hand sucks, so.
Yeah, fucking doing pretty well myself. All right, so we're playing episode 23, game of cribbage.
Cribbage here.
We are drinking Down and Out by Big Teddy and Grant.
Ted and Grant.
Hell of a beer, man. Hell of a
T&C
fucking beer, man.
Brewing. The brewmasters were Ted and Grant. We appreciate the listener love and sending
Impressed,
sending
I
us.
am.
Hey, this is a call out to all the other listeners out there. Send us some homemade brew, some beer. You want to send us some homemade liquor? You guys make homemade wine. Send us something. We'll rate it. We'll give it a fair rating.
Yeah, dude.
if this beer would have been garbage, we would have gave it a garbage rating.
Oh, Jesus. It's not good. I start.
You start.
God damn it. 6.
12 for 2. Don't do me 18 for 6.
No.
Okay.
We're
at 12? 21?
21. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, that wasn't smart,
I'm
man.
sorry. I'm
wait.
sorry.
We have to do a whole new deal here, buddy.
Why?
I had a card stuck.
Ah, perfect. Good for me.
Yeah, I actually would have had a pretty good hand there, too.
I had a shit hand. Hey, shout out our banner. Look at our backdrop.
Man, dude.
Not bad.
Thank you for making that, buddy.
Yeah.
That thing it's beautiful.
It's a lot. It's nice now that it's up.
So lame.
Thank you for.
I had cards stuck together.
Thank you to that sticky card, man. Isn't this cool? Like sitting here, we got HUA shirts, HUA koozies, we got a HUA backdrop, we got beers that are brewed by people we know.
Right.
It's a whole
Fans of the
different
show.
game, man.
We
Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 23
and
of Holes Accountable.
man, I missed this, missed it a lot. Being in here, hanging out, talking.
Almost gone for a
2 weeks. We were gone for 2 weeks.
Man.
2 weeks too long.
Yeah.
I almost was like, shit. Maybe we should just start season 2 whenever we come back. We'll just be like, take an extra 3 weeks off and just say, nah, let's just but I couldn't do it. I was itching.
Well, what's season 2 of?
I don't know.
HUA,
I don't know.
what I mean?
That's exactly. I was like, I don't know. Because life comes up and sometimes things happen that are out of either of our controls, and bigger things come up and need to push things back. So I was like, well, maybe if we need to wait to start recording until May, we'll call that season 2 coming
I
back.
just can't hold out that long.
But I couldn't either. So.
I will say one thing. I am jealous of your new chair, man. The colors. You got a nice chair,
Hey,
Max.
nice green.
So whoever's listening and watching, Max got himself a nice new chair.
Nice 10 years used in an office.
Broken in.
Broken in nice. I scrubbed her down with Dawn dish
Oh,
soap.
you did? Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Scrubbed
Still
her down
Dawn.
good. Still.
So if anybody wants to come and guest star on this show, we got a nice leather chair waiting for you that doesn't stay up or down.
But it's way better than the wooden
wooden-
chair.
yeah.
Decker had
And,
to sit through.
We're gonna have some merch.
We're gonna have. Merch is coming.
Okay,
Merch
I gotta
is-
like.
Oh, this hand sucks so much more than my last one.
I feel like mine's way better, but my brain doesn't.
My hand sucks. So bad. Holy shoots.
All right, fudge.
This
Okay, I can do
sucks.
this.
I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Damn it. Dude, my hand was.
So we're playing Hand of Cribbage right now for the weekly challenge. End result is the winner's bracket, loser bracket. We'll get into that after this game. We'll see how far this
Alright.
goes.
Cut him, you.
Yeah, thanks for
Bastard.
fucking up, man, dude. I appreciate you. Yeah. I mean, that didn't do much.
Nah, nothing.
All right, I'm gonna go 2.
I'm gonna go 4 for 2.
4 for 2.
Don't do 6 for 6.
Nope. We'll
Oh.
go 9.
9. We'll go 17.
We'll go 27.
Go.
30.
Go. All right, I got 17 for a go.
All right. I got 15-2, 15-4.
There ain't no
and
more.
There ain't no goddamn more, my fella.
That ain't too bad. Yeah. It's kind of. I got the same thing, man. I got a pair for 2, pair for 4. Ah.
All right, cool.
She would have given me that jack.
What do we got?
We have pair for 2,
15.
15-2 for 4, and knobs is 5.
All right. So Max is going to keep the lead a little bit more hefty.
I'm at 110. Carl's at 99.
It's a hell of a fucking game,
So,
dude.
Carl, it is going to be your deal next week. I'm going to roll the dice, but then we're going to put the dice on your side, so that means it's your deal.
All right. Roll the dice for the weekly
So
challenge.
let's bring up the weekly challenge grid here.
So last...
yeah, we got to pick out a new one here. What were we? It was like... Pick out a movie for the other person to watch.
We already talked through that.
So we are going to bring that down, and we got to replace that quick. What do you think we should replace it with? Should we replace it with something we've already done, or think of something new?
Think of something new.
All right. Let's see. How about ooh, this is a tough one. I'm trying to look at what we've already or what we have on the board.
What about
right now.
plan an out of town Packer game? So like we have to meet, one person plans, or we both plan to go see a Packer game anywhere but Lambeau Field.
Okay.
See a new stadium. Whether it's, yeah.
So, like, look up plane tickets, look up hotels / Ubers.
Yeah, look
all
at a
of that.
whole, like, Packer experience. I think that'd be a cool thing for me and you. See a Packer game anywhere but Lambeau once a year.
Ooh, okay.
New stadium once a year.
Okay. It's in.
Bitchin' in the kitchen.
All right, I'm rolling.
Roll up,
I'm
dog.
a roll. I'm a roll. Whatever. All right. Okay, let's see. We're gonna roll here. We are gonna roll
what you
for
got.
the column first. All
4.
right, we're in column 4 here. So let's see. We have. If I roll a 1, we try a new restaurant. If I roll a 2, we start painting the wall behind us.
Oh.
What do we say? Black, I think maybe.
I think we just
Anything.
paint it.
Just painted anything.
Yeah.
If I roll a 3, we're gonna do 100 push-ups a day
Boo.
for a week. That's gonna suck ass. If I roll a 4, we're gonna take a beer of the week brewery tour. So we do a hinterland brewery tour.
Badass.
That would be fun.
Start the HUA letters.
Start the HUA. So we have a palette HUA letter idea.
Yeah.
If I roll
Been
a
in the
5,
talks. Been in the talks.
Make something for the stew.
Okay.
So that could be HUA letters,
a new cribbage board.
new cribbage board, coasters.
Like coast. Yeah.
It could be a lot of things. So we got a lot of fun options, I think, here in column 4. Let's
All
see
right,
what we
let's
get.
see what you get. 4. Oh! Take a...
We're going to Hinterland.
That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Hell
gonna
yeah.
be fun.
So...
Okay, I can't. It's going to be tough. Because this weekend I have a camping trip planned.
Well, we don't have to do it during the...
So I can't do it this weekend.
Okay. Do it during the
So
week.
we'd have to do it like
What? When do you leave?
Friday.
Where you going?
We're going to it's called Pure Natural Bridge Park. It's in Richland, so it's like 3 hours away. It's west of Madison.
Okay.
So we might have to.
Want to do shoot for Wednesday night, or we can do hang out.
Let's see. Let me see when. Let's see Hinterland's Brewery tour
If we
schedule.
we can kick it at Tommy's Thursday after work, and then do a later
Right.
tour.
Let's see what their schedule is like.
All right, let's see. A nice camping trip during the weekend. I like that.
Yeah.
Buddy.
We're it's gonna be a fun trip, man. It's like primitive camping too.
Oh.
So we're gonna kind of have a campsite all to ourselves here. Let's see. Join us for brewery tours when brewery tours are currently not being offered due to COVID-19. Okay, so
let's roll again.
So we got to re-roll. Okay, so we'll
start from the top.
Should we take this? I mean, eventually we're going to be doing brewery tours.
Keep it up. Start from the top.
Start from the very top. That was a little bit of a bummer. All right.
Little teaser.
Little teaser.
Brewery tours. All right.
Okay,
back to the 4.
Back to column 4. Okay.
All right.
All right, let's see. Just don't roll another 4, man. No more Favres. God, this is just a Favre-heavy segment.
Yeah, Favre's happy.
A 3. What is it? That doesn't count because it didn't stay on the
All
table.
right. Re-roll.
Didn't stay on.
Yeah, roll. Here we go.
A 5.
Start the HUA letter.
Okay.
All right. We can do that.
I think we can do that.
All right, bet.
We can definitely do that.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, we can.
Definitely.
I got the wood.
That'll be cool. All right. You do have it?
Yeah, I got the wood.
Oh, dude, it'll be.
Hell yeah. We can put it right back here, too. And we can figure out the LED lights behind it, maybe.
Ooh.
We'll start the letters
We'll
first.
get the letters first. Because I think I have an idea.
All right.
So we're going to put this down. Weekly challenge. Start the HUA letters. I kind of like that, man. I kind of like this. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of glad we landed on that.
I dig it.
And it's just a start. We just have to start. We don't have to finish them. We don't have to, we just have to get the wood stripped apart.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 20 pieces of the flat. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So 18 flat pieces.
Yeah.
And then we'll need 8 like 2x4s.
Okay.
So I'm thinking we can do it pretty easily.
We'll figure it out.
Make it look pretty nice.
Why not just add epoxy to it, too, to see what happens, Fuck it. Maybe it won't set. Oh, dude. So the other night I was cleaning out my garage. I took a seat just to have a beer and sit and relax. Sat down on the seat, got up. He had a big glob of our original table epoxy stuck to my ass, dude. Still wet.
Oh, dude, I love this table so much.
I love this table, too.
We created this, man.
Yeah, we did.
We sanded it. We went and saw Joel.
Farmer Joe.
Farmer Joel.
Hell yeah. So,
all right, man.
Max is leading the cribbage game.
Man, I only need 11 more points, and I got the victory.
Okay, so we have a winner's grid and a loser's grid for the end of this game. And we need to think about things that we're going to toss up there.
Yeah, let's...
you want to do that right now?
Yeah. Well, no. We were going to do that next week.
Next week.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to do that. But what we're going to do, along with our weekly challenge of starting this, we should just come up with ideas for the winner and loser grids.
Okay.
So just come up with ideas. They don't have to be. It doesn't have to be set in stone, but it's just something to come back next week to say, this is these are my ideas. We'll put together a final board.
Okay.
And I think
we need to go extreme. I mean, like this
Yeah,
this is what we were talking about, man. Like big time.
Yeah. Hold on, I have an idea, but I got to run to the bathroom again.
Oh, me too.
These beers are just flying. Hold on.
So I have a couple ideas in mind. I mean, this cribbage game, like, we expected this to take about 7 years. It took way less. So I want to know, I'm trying to think about how extreme I want to make it. You know, I'm thinking things like the winner gets to take a Packer stadium tour on the loser. Loser pays for it. I always am fond of loser tags along with the winner. I mean, but loser pays for it. So loser pays for the winner and the loser to take a Lambeau Field tour. All right, Max. Max back in the stew. So a big thing with my friends that we always played. You know, we always did. Winner takes winner shotguns with the loser. Winner does everything with the loser.
Right.
So I was thinking we could do things like, all right, winner of this game gets a Lambeau Field tour on the loser. Loser pays for the winner and the loser to take a Lambeau Field tour.
Okay.
Or
Hell yeah.
things like we need big this is a big game. What are you thinking? What's on your mind? You said you had something, then you
Okay, so my idea. So next week we're gonna play another hand, right?
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. There is a chance I could win next week.
You got 11 pegs, guy.
Now, so my thinking is, you could win too. If you get a big hand, you could win. Winner or loser, we wait to roll for the winner's bracket until episode 25. Episode 25 is just a monster show. We're rolling for a loser bracket. We're rolling for a winner bracket.
Okay.
We're introducing merch.
Okay.
Not introducing, but we're reading
handing out merch. Okay.
We're reading
I
reviews,
love this.
handing out
Episode
merch.
25, big episode.
We're gonna try our. I think we can make it happen where we taste test every beer and rate him.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Where we either do a blind test rating or we say, okay, nope, this is the hinterland. I'm gonna give this. I say episode 25, we have fun with it. I think episode 10, we were super pumped. We made it to double digits, and we made a big deal out of episode 10.
Yep.
We haven't really done that too much, and I think episode 25, we come in and just be like, fucking motherfuckers, we made it to 25 episodes.
It's Saturday night. We're getting fucked up tonight. We're gonna let her loose.
We're gonna have fun. All
right, I'm down, dude.
We can move some stew stuff to a different location, so we have a little bit more fun. We can let it loose a little bit more, be a little bit more loud, maybe. Just so we don't.
Episode 25, just a new location for the time.
Maybe just for episode 25, we have a new location.
Okay.
These just ideas.
Okay. So
mainly because there's just so many things kind of coming to a culmination, and it's like, let's try to just synchronize it all into 25.
Yeah.
We'll have I don't know. Maybe episode 25 we'll come out with the name of our beer that we're gonna brew.
Okay. We didn't even talk about that yet.
I ruined it.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. We'll go into that next.
So episode 25 will come out with some ideas.
Hey, yeah, we got some shit. So yeah, no, I love this idea, man. I love this idea. I think I love the episode 20. We'll get every single beer we have tasted on this show.
And
we'll do small cup tastings.
Yep.
And we'll just do ratings.
Yep.
We don't have to name the beer, just rate it.
Yep.
And then we will come up with loser winner bracket.
Yep. We'll roll
for winner loser bracket. So next show. God, this is exciting.
So I also think episode 25 we should unveil or unveil the winner and loser bracket. So we can be like, oh, dude, the loser has to wear a Bears jersey.
Okay.
For a whole week. You got to sleep in it. You got to go to work in it. You got to.
I'm too close to that ending, man. All right. No, I'm in.
Just stuff like that. I think
All right.
Next week is gonna be a tame like.
All right. So episode 24, we're gonna come in here.
We're gonna have the HUA letters started. We'll get that going.
Yeah, we'll get that going. But then we'll start brewing the winners loser bracket of this cribbage game.
Yeah.
And then episode 25, boom, we're gonna
blow it out.
It's gonna be a beer drinking, shit talking, let loose, we're getting fucked up, crazy party episode.
I didn't think we'd make it to 10 episodes. We're pushing 25.
We're almost a year into this, bitch.
Let's
You understand that, right?
It's crazy.
Come September, we're a year into this, bitch.
It's crazy.
Hey, cheers to Grant Ted.
Cheers to that down and out ale. We're
Hey.
gonna be down and out in a few weeks.
Yo, dude, I love the
I
idea, man.
think episode.
What?
So in 2 weeks. Well, that'd be tough. It'd be a quick turnaround. So next Monday is the 26th, and then we're gonna be up at the cabin.
Oh, yeah.
The work weekend.
Episode 24 at the cab?
No. Episode 24 would be next Monday, the 26th, April 26th.
Okay.
Then that following weekend is the work weekend up at the cabin. So we could try to do an episode there.
Episode 25 at the old cabin.
At the old
bash.
cabin bash.
Okay. Let's think about this.
We'd have
All right,
to-
let's not count it out right now. Let's think about this.
Right.
So what do we need? We
Let-
need a generator.
Let me make a list here. Let me get episode 25 list going.
So what do we need to produce an episode?
From the old cabin, let's say.
Yeah.
Like, we need electricity.
Electricity. Generator. I got that. I have that. So generators, check that off. I got a generator. I can
About
find
like
that.
a solid one.
A generator and a lot of gas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Got a generator and a lot of gas. Do we need Wi-Fi?
Technically, no.
Could we use it?
Yes.
So something we could look into, not necessarily a necessity.
Yeah, we're gonna write down Wi-Fi, maybe.
Camera, all right. So everything that's just all power.
Yeah, that's just all electricity. We don't need Wi-Fi for the GoPro.
Okay. Yeah, so that's fine. I have a generator. Set it up outside the cat. We need lights.
Lights.
Part of the generator. So generator's going to be set up outside. We need gas. That's all we need. We need a lot of gas. Keep the electricity rolling.
Right.
We can take down our string lights from the studio, bring it to the old cabin.
Right.
Camera needs to be rolling. Do we need computers? I don't need mine. You need yours.
I need mine. Yeah. So computers.
You need yours. If it takes less, I don't need mine.
The only thing you need to be able to play the intro song.
Yeah. We need mics.
I might be able to play that from my lap. I could play it from my laptop.
So we need mics. We need all. Phew. So maybe we go up a day early.
We'd have to go up.
Oof.
We would have to go up like Friday
Morning.
and get everything set up.
I'm down.
Yeah, I just have to be able to get. I don't know if I'd be able to get off of work.
If you can't, but
I would be. I could figure out a way to leave.
if you can't get up Friday morning, I could get up there Friday morning and just get the place cleaned, and
Yeah,
I'll bring the
'cause
whole list
basically
accountable.
all we need is that. We just
We'll
need
bring that. Yeah, and then I'll figure out I'll figure out the setting.
Okay.
So you'll show up, and then we just get going. Wow. Okay.
We need 20. We need all the different beers that we've drank.
Okay, I'm gonna pee quick.
Yeah. You. So we need all the beers that we've drank. All the different beers. Man, episode 25. We're just gonna blow it out, big time. Because yeah, it's super exciting, man. We've always talked about doing an episode from our cabin up in northern Wisconsin, and maybe episode 25 is the time to do it. We'll have some other family with us, and maybe they can pop in and tell stories about the old cabin and the settings that we're at. When we say old cabin, it's just it's a term of endearment for the cabin we used to go to as kids, and as we got older, we as teenagers, our family and extended family built a bigger, more modern-ish cabin close to where the original cabin, our original cabin was. So we call that the new cabin, and the cabin that's still standing, called the old cabin. It is basically 4 walls, some potbelly stoves, and that's about it. There's some bunk beds. It's kind of just a storage unit now, but that's what we mean when we say old cabin, and that's kind of where we grew up. In the woods, was in that cabin, so we would love to record an episode there, and the fact that it might be episode 25 just makes it even cooler. So
yeah, I mean, we really there's nothing there no more, man.
No.
I mean, we lived off lanterns and generators.
Yeah, dude.
So we're gonna have to bring lanterns and generators.
Yeah, let me lanterns.
Wood we got. We'll just. I mean, can we light fires in those?
I think so, at least in the front room.
Oh,
or in the front
we can.
portion. It's not even.
I say we set up, if we can get a generator, we set up all these string lights.
I agree.
And get
So yeah, that's.
Oh my God.
That's.
Get the fuck out. This is awesome.
So do you think we could? So when we had that original generator, do you remember that?
The big generator.
We had like that whole cabin was still like wired. So there was like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah, I know exactly.
Will we be able to recreate that with?
All we need is a generator guy
and like a power strip, right? A generator and a power strip.
Yeah, our generator is our power source, and then we just need extension cords.
Okay.
And so, I mean, needless to say, I mean, if we attempt it, we bring everything we think we need. Sign, lights, generator, gas, lots of gas.
Yeah.
Lights, and we try and figure out, and if we can't pull it off, then we just do it from here at a different date.
Yeah.
But
we
at least try. We at least try. Hell yeah.
I think
we could do it.
So would you want to record Saturday after, the whole work day is done and we get all the work shit that we needed to get done, we record Saturday, or record Friday night?
Friday night.
I think Friday night too. That was kind of my thinking. Just blow it out Friday, do it big, have a blast. Just
you guys want to see sloppy fucking hosts accountable, man. We're gonna let it loose.
So we're looking episode 24 would be next April the 26th, so next Monday.
Dude, an
and
episode
then
from the old cabin.
Episode 25 would be April 30th, that following Friday. It wouldn't get released. Yeah. Here, look.
That's on work weekend?
So yeah, here's April 26th.
Oh yeah,
next Monday.
I thought. I'm sorry. I was thinking May 30th.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I was like, we're not that far out.
I got you. Yeah.
Okay.
So April 30th is this Friday. We
So-
record episode 24 here on the 26th. We get up to the cabin on the 30th. We set everything up, and then we blow it up, do a huge episode on the 30th this night. And then it wouldn't get released until, we'd release it. We get everything edited. Probably going to need some editing.
Most likely, man.
Fuck. Yeah, dude.
All right.
I say we give this a shot.
I'm down.
I say we try it. I say we try to make it happen.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask off for that morning so I can get up there.
Okay.
And just get prepped.
Okay.
It's going to be hard for me to get off, but if I can get off, I'm going to get off. Otherwise, we rush up there after work together.
Yeah.
And just get her going.
Set it up and
have a champagne flight and let her loose.
That'd be fun. That'd be so much fun, man.
Dude,
that would be so much
okay.
fun to do.
Bet.
Because we just have so many fun things that we'll be getting in. We'll be able to talk about and do. I think that'd be fun. Man. All right. I love it.
Holy shit. What else are we even talking about on this show?
Should we get into? I think. All right. So let's do a quick recap here. Let's do a quick.
I feel like we've been talking for a minute. Man.
Quick recap here. We did our beer of the week. We kind of talked about our time off. We took 2 weeks off. Carl was out traveling, doing his thing in Florida, having a good time.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
We talked about the movies, Warrior, Super Troopers 2. We played our game of cribbage. We have our next weekly challenge to at least start the HUA letters. We talked about our winners and loser grid for the cribbage game. We're gonna come up with just ideas. And then on our 25th episode, we are going to reveal the winner and loser grid. The winner is going to roll for the loser. The loser is going to roll for the winner. It's going to be fun. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's so we've been talking about episode 25, and kind of where we want it to go.
Hell yeah. You want to take a quick little break? I can tell a nice little joke just
Let's
to kind of
hear a
get
joke.
get the people kind of.
Before we talk about monthly challenges, let's take a little break. Let's talk about a joke. Let's get a joke of the week going.
So I'm gonna do just a quick joke of the week to kind of break everything apart a little bit. Get you laughing a little bit.
Shout out Decker. Shout out Ted and Grant Brewing.
Hell yeah. Shout out everybody.
Grab a bottle.
Whoa. I don't know what that
Shout
is.
out, yeah.
Shout out them.
Shout out to grabbing a bottle. No, shout out to everyone who's just been hanging out with us and enjoying the
shout
show.
Shout out Hinterland Brewery. Shout out Ted and Grant, man. That's a good beer, man.
It's a tasty beer. I'm still sipping mine. The thing I love about it, man, it's just I can just relax, sip it. I'm not putting it down too fast.
I'm
not going down too slow.
I'm shaky. I'm antsy right now because all I can think about is being in the old cabin. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the joke of the week, man. Holy fuck,
Let's
dude.
hear it. Let's hear it.
This is the joke of the week, episode 23.
Hell yeah.
A bus full of nuns falls off a cliff, and they all die.
Oh, Lord.
They arrive at the gates of heaven and meet St. Peter. St. Peter says to them, "Sisters, welcome to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
In a moment, I will let you all through the pearly gates.
Oh boy.
But before I do that, I must ask of you a single question.
Uh-oh. Oh, jeez.
Please form a single file line."
Single file. Okay.
And they all do so. St. Peter turns to the first nun in the line and asks her, "Sister, have you ever touched a penis?" The sister responds, "Well, there was one time that I kind of sort of touched the tip of one with my pinky finger."
Just a tip.
St. Peter says, "All right, sister, now dip that tip of your pinky finger in the holy water, and you may be admitted." And she did so.
Oh, amen. St.
Peter now turns to the second nun and says, "Sister, have you ever touched a penis?"
Oh, jeez.
Well, there was this one time. I held one for a moment. "All right, sister, now just wash your hands in the holy water, and you may be admitted." And she does so.
Amen.
Now at this, there is a noise, a jostling in the line, it seems, that one nun is trying to cut in front of the other. St. Peter sees this and asks the nun, "Sister Susan, what is this? There is no rush?" Sister Susan responds, "Well, if I'm going to have to gargle this stuff, I'd rather do this before Sister Mary sticks her ass in it."
Boom, poof.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that is.
HUA joke of the week.
Oh my God. Talking so much.
That was a good one.
That is episode 23 joke of the week. You nasty sons of
dirty
Jeez
nuns, you.
Louise. Where do we even go from here?
Can we get them to come to episode 25?
I
and hang
hope
out with
so.
us?
Never met a nun. Maybe I have.
Oh, man.
Maximilian, my friend.
Well, hey, man, we got to talk about our monthly challenges. So last week, or 2 weeks ago,
Yeah, let's get into this.
excuse me, we talked about our monthly challenges.
God, we got a whole bunch to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about, man, because, okay, first of all, man, before we decided on these monthly challenges, I was just not feeling anything. Wasn't feeling anything. There was some men's mental health things I wanted to do or think about, but when I was kind of thinking about it, it's tough to put a time limit on that. You can't really say, like, hey, you have a month to do this.
That's a life challenge, my
It's
friend.
it's something I personally I know I've needed to do for a long time.
Yeah.
And with that comes just reservations, and I finally reached out to my employee assistance program, an EAP is what it's called.
Yep.
You call a phone number and you talk to someone, and they will kind of guide you through the steps into the benefits that your employer offers. I specifically was looking for mental health, opportunities.
Yep.
And it was a weird thing. It was weird.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, because
For
when
me it was.
when I called, they were like, "Oh, it was kind of like an automated message of just like, what areas are you looking?" And you click your buttons, and then you talk to someone, and they're like, "Well, what, for your safety and, to make sure going forward, do you have any thoughts of suicide or, those questions as far as like, do you want to hurt yourself? Do you have those mental thoughts that you're trying to seek help for?"
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yes and no, because of course I have thoughts about like
Whether people like to admit it or not, people have those thoughts.
it sucks. I mean, it's not, and that was kind of like the thing. It was almost like, well, I knew this was coming, and it's like, how do I explain myself? It's like, yes, I do have those. I have had thoughts like that, but it's never been where I'm actually scared that I would do something.
Yeah.
And it's tough to portray that to someone or think about portraying that to someone. But I did, I made a phone call, and I talked to a woman about it. And when she first asked me, I was kind of apprehensive. I was like, and she was like, "Well, just so you know, I am like a licensed therapist, and I'm here to, help you through this process."
Which
and
doesn't make it better.
it doesn't, but it also is like, at least I'm not talking to like a call center.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
it is a call center, but it's like,
But it's
at least I'm not talking to John Smith, who graduated, and he's just like working a 9 to 5 because he needs whatever. And that might be the case, but at least, I don't know. It felt like after I talked through it and I mumbled and I stumbled through these thoughts I was trying to, because it was
the hardest questions you can answer as a human being.
Yeah, are what's being asked of you.
Yeah.
And it was like a stumbling, mumbling, jumbling. I don't know, maybe I think this sometimes. But I don't feel that way all the time. And it was like a word vomit of nothing really made sense, but the person made me feel comfortable. And she was able to provide like information. She was like, "Okay, well, we're going to send you an email with a list of, in-network providers, and you just, when you call them, you do your own research and look into it, and you give them this code. When you give them this code, you will get the 5 free face-to-face sessions," or whatever it is. So that was cool. Like, I was glad I did that, but I'm not trying to do that in a month. I have a year. That code that I was provided expires in a year. So I have a full year. You might need to flip it the other way.
This thing's all loose.
No. The other way. Nope. Other way. Keep going. Oh, shit. Well,
All right. We're good.
anyway.
Keep going.
You good?
man.
But anyway,
I'll
yeah.
figure it out, man.
No, so I think, I don't know. It wasn't like, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't fun either. It wasn't like a super easy conversation.
Not supposed to be.
But I'm glad I did it, and I got the little code that I need to give to a therapist office, and they'll know that I get 5 free sessions.
Yeah.
So in my head, that was a victory.
That's a huge victory,
And
man.
So that's why, like, well, we're 2 dudes.
Yeah.
You know, for us, it's men's mental health. I think mental health in general, but we don't have a female woman on the show to bounce ideas or have conversations about that with them. You know, in the future, we would love to have that.
Yeah.
But for right now, I mean, it's all we can speak about is what we experience. And right now, we're experiencing men's mental health.
Yeah.
And, you know, as much as we would love to spread the word of women's mental health and the struggles that women go through and their unique struggles,
We can't.
we just can't.
You can't.
I can't speak about it. I don't know. I can try to empathize, but I can't. I don't know. I have no idea what it's like to be a
The best
woman.
you can do is
zero idea.
is to give the most personal what you felt,
Right.
and with what you're comfortable giving out to people. You know what I mean, man?
So I think for that, because I definitely do want to make sure that we keep in the forefront of mental health. It's really, man, last week was really hard. I don't know why. I don't know what it was about last week. There was times I just lost it. I just, throughout the day, just randomly throughout the day, I just got so overwhelmed with life and just dumb little things that didn't even need to overwhelm me, but they overwhelmed me, and you know, I got lost in those emotions, and last week was tough, and
Break down, man.
you have your, it was almost like hitting emotional rock bottom, where like you throughout like months and weeks and months, you kind of have these emotional thoughts, but you kind of push them. At least for me, I push them to the side, and it's like, I'm okay. They're not like, that's not a thing that's affecting me right now. So I'll just push it to the side, and then it comes to a point, and it just like explodes, mentally erupts, and you can't take anymore. And you let it loose, and now it's kind of like I'm back to square one, and
It's important.
it's not fun.
The older I have gotten, the more I have realized how important it is that those moments occur in my life. The shit I've gone through, just personally, through family, through friends, through loss of friends, through the loss of family. You know, I mean, at the age I'm at, I've seen handful of friends die young.
Sure.
I've seen family die old.
Right.
You know, I've experienced a lot of things that at times were new and fresh, and I didn't know how to really deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
And the older I get, the more I realize how much I'm trying to just stuff behind the scenes and not deal with. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like you said, you know, I hit points more often than not where my emotional forefront overtakes, you know, what I can handle, you know, and I'll hit points where I can't do anything but break down and fucking hit the lowest point of my emotional well-being.
For sure.
And as shitty as that is, as a man or even as a woman, the hardest thing for me is breaking down, crying in front of another, and crying in front of people, or breaking down, and but I've also learned it's the most important thing for me, where I've gone through fucking hell and back in my life, man. I've gone through hell and back. Hell where most people don't even understand what my hell is.
Sure.
And I will never explain to people what my hell is. But the most important thing for me is allowing myself to hit the bottom of that.
Feel it.
And fucking breaking down, dude. And as a human being, as a man, as just the person I am, what I found is most important is allowing myself to dig myself as deep down as I can, and being okay with it, and being okay with emotions, being okay with
Sure.
As a human being, people don't understand. Crying is the greatest emotion we get to experience as a person. That is the most emotion I have ever felt in my life. Crying, bawling. Bawling. Yeah, that feeling you get when you bawl. That is pure emotion and sadness. And not necessarily just sadness, but it just, that feeling of just, that is your body letting out every piece of yourself.
To release.
It is emotional. It is what do you call it when it is just fucking vulnerability, and that's the scariest thing. But I'm only 24 years old, man. I'm young. I met reality at a very young age, and vulnerability was something I have fought for years, and it has been the most important part of my life that I have met and been okay with. Is, as a man, a lot of men don't think it's okay to fucking break down in that sense, dude. And it's important to do so. It's scary, it's embarrassing. It's not okay to a lot of people, but it's what you can't, the more you hold that in, that ball of emotion that you just allow to bask in your fucking soul, like, the more you hold that in and just don't allow it out, dude, the darker it gets. And something I've been trying to learn, and maybe not necessarily been totally on the forefront with, but, like, I'm allowing myself to fucking let that out. It's okay to bawl. It's okay to cry. It's okay to fucking be weak once in a while, man. Like, and even like what you said, like, sometimes I find myself just breaking down for no fucking reason, and it's like, where does this come from? What is this made of? Why am I doing this?
Well, and I think for me a tough thing is coming to the reality that my vulnerabilities are completely different than somebody else's.
Absolutely.
So the things that really get me down and get me depressed might not get someone else down or depressed, even the slightest. They might look at me and say, you're weak. That might be someone else looking at me saying, I'm weak. And for me, that's what makes me hold on to things and not be emotional, is the fact that I think about it and I go, is this something I really need to be, like, let my emotions get caught up in? And I tell myself, no, you got to be strong. It's okay. You're fine. Just put it aside and keep moving forward. But eventually those things that I tell myself to keep putting aside, a real man wouldn't be upset about those things. But eventually those are the things that comes up and just are the things that gets to me the most. And what makes me kind of lose it or makes me feel the most shitty about myself. So I don't know. I mean, it's something I've struggled with my whole life, and I don't know, maybe, like, if I can just acknowledge those vulnerabilities right away and say, like, yeah, I know that this is pissing me off, but I don't know, it's a weird thing because it's obviously there's things that piss you off that you have to learn and say, okay, this is not something that I should be getting this emotional about. And you move on. But then there are things where you say, okay, I shouldn't be getting this emotional about, and you try to move on, but they keep pulling you back.
And I think that's where we're talking about you getting into programs or the,
Sure.
right. I've been through the program you went through. Or I not been through it. I approached it. I approached it, and it's you can't fucking do everything by yourself. You can't allow yourself where you have these thoughts where, this is something that I shouldn't get this worked up about, but I am, and you can sit there for fucking years thinking, okay, I'm mad about this, but now I'm not. You get rational, you get non-rational, and it's back and forth. And at a point, people don't realize it's okay to get another fucking voice in there. There's people there to talk you through it and not necessarily understand what you're going through, but to make you think why the fuck you're even thinking that.
Right.
Counselors and therapists, they're not there to tell you why you're thinking that. They're there to tell you, to give you a more understanding and opening of this is maybe why you're thinking that way.
Sure.
And, I mean, I think for me, I've gotten to a place in my life where I get at a standstill where it's like, this is not the human being I used to be.
Right.
I used to be a peaceful, nice, genuine, calm human being. And now I have these feelings in me where I don't understand why I have them.
Right.
And I don't want anybody else to know about them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the darkness in a reality, is not allowing another person to help you with that. And as scary as it fucking can be, like, I grew up in a house of counselors, man. I grew up with a father who is helping people with addiction. I grew up with a mother who helps everybody with their mental problems. But I can't go to my parents about my problems because they involve them.
Well, and that's, going back to something you said earlier, kind of like people's personal hells. Everyone has a different personal hell.
Yeah.
And yours is, you make your own out to be better or worse than someone else's. And we're constantly comparing. And we say, and it's almost like we go, well, my hell is X amount times not nearly as bad as someone else's, so I shouldn't feel this way.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't feel this way, so I shouldn't be sad. I should be happy.
Sometimes you feel like you don't deserve to feel that shitty.
Right, you don't deserve to feel sad. Exactly. That's such a good way to put it. For some reason, we feel like we don't deserve to feel sad. But we feel sad. We're humans. Humans feel sad. And, trust me, I don't get that. I still don't understand it. My whole mindset is that's like my whole life existence is I should not feel sad. But I still do. And
that's a place that will put you in a worse place, man. Like, I have grown up my whole life thinking that I am so better off than other people that I don't even deserve to feel depressed.
Exactly.
And you want to bring it to the bolds of suicide and the thoughts of suicide.
And you're just like, why?
That's a fucking topic where that's a harsh word, man. Suicide is a harsh word.
It's a hard one, man.
I had one of my best friends commit suicide.
Yep.
I fucking saw his mom the day after. All my good friends, I've seen suicide. I know what suicide is. I've dealt with it. I saved my buddy from committing suicide. Suicide was not a thing for me until I met people who really stretched that far. And I've been in that mindset. Not necessarily. No, I did. I know what I want. I want life. I want my family, dude.
Love.
But yes,
yeah.
I've been in that point where sometimes it gets to a point where it's like, is this fucking worth it? And luckily, who I am, I'm strong enough to know what I want.
Mm-hmm.
But I've dealt with those situations where I've seen my friends kill themselves. I have saved my friends from killing themselves. Where, not luckily, but honestly, luckily enough, it gave me the strength to talk about it.
Yeah.
And the beauty of being a human being and being, doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, is there's somebody out there who will understand what the fuck you're going through, or at least want to talk to you about it, dude. Like,
Right.
I guarantee you, if, and this is the biggest regret in my life, is my buddy got the chance to talk to me about what the fuck was going on with him, I don't think he'd be dead. But I think an importance for us to have a voice, to have a microphone, to have a platform, is to tell people that thoughts of suicide or thoughts of depression are normal.
Yeah.
Talk to somebody about it.
And it's weird.
And
to
if you don't
think
have
that it's
somebody to
normal.
talk about it, we'll help you find somebody to talk about it. You know, like, it's I think as dark as it gets, this is the darkest conversation me and you will have.
Yeah.
And this isn't the dark. I've lived through it. I've fucking seen it, dude. But people need to realize you're not alone through this shit. As dark as it gets, I have found my happiest moments through the darkest parts of my life from people who have brought me up and told me, hey, you're not the only motherfucker thinking like this.
And quick to that, because I think we could talk probably for hours about this, honestly.
Man, hours.
We could talk about. But if it's twofold, right? Because like if you're listening to someone and someone brings up their darkness to you, don't bring your darkness into it.
No.
Listen to what they're saying and be like, you may not have answers, but you can. I shouldn't say don't bring your darkness into it, but don't try to bring answers, I guess. You can say, oh, dude, I feel that same way. This is how I feel. I should say bring your own darkness. Bring it with you.
Ears are a better source than a mouth.
Right, I should say try not to bring lightness, because no one wants to hear. Well, personally, I don't want to hear someone else's success story. I don't want to hear someone be like, oh, I was in the same boat you were in, but this is what I did, and this is how I was successful. No. Personally, I wouldn't want to hear that. I would much rather be like, dude, I think about some funky, weird, bad shit too, dude. And when I start thinking about those weird thoughts, this is what helps me forget those thoughts. Not necessarily solve them or fix them, but this is what gets my mind off of them.
Sometimes saving a life, all it takes is just lending a fucking ear, man.
Yeah, and just saying like, I don't understand your situation, and that sounds shitty. Here's where I'm kind of coming from, and I'm here with you. Like I'm not there with you. I'm here with you, and I'm like, I don't know. You never want to hear someone be like, I'm in the same boat, because you want to be like, fuck you. You don't know my boat, but you want to hear someone be like, I'm sailing next to you.
Exactly, dude. And I think you're exactly right when you say that. For me, it's just, I'm a person who I try to be a man of less words and just more. I like to hear people. The greatest gift we were given was the ability to just comprehend what people are saying to us. You know what I mean? Like, we're not here to judge people. We're not here to tell people what to do. Nobody knows what the fuck we're going through. I have best friends who have no idea what the fuck I've lived through.
Right.
But the best part about those friends, if they just listen to me. I've had friends. I've watched friends lose parents. I've watched friends lose siblings. I've lost best friends. I've watched my best friends' fathers lose their kids, And the best thing I could give to them was just listening to them and just
genuine ear.
And I living through that and seeing it is the biggest regret. Is I didn't give a big enough ear. It was judgment. It was constantly trying to compare. Well, yeah, you're going through this, but I understand I'm going through this. Nah, fuck that. You're going through this. All right, let me hear what you're going through. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to tell you what you should do or should not do, but I want you to know I fucking hear you. And the best thing you can say is, if you ever need somebody to talk to, fucking talk to me, dude. Like, that's the biggest regret in my life, is not giving a big enough ear. And obviously I couldn't have saved any lives, but just be there to listen. Don't compare yourselves. Everybody, even the richest human being in this fucking earth, the person who seems the happiest, the person who lives in the mansion on the top of the hill, the person who lives on the lake, the person who has family and kids and friends, has the darkest demons you've ever seen.
Right.
But you just don't hear about it. Listen, open your ears, just allow, just listening to somebody. People, criticism is is a nightmare. Criticism is the path to evil. It just allowing somebody to talk to you is the biggest thing you could ever give a human being. And a lot of people, this is a conversation that suicide is a conversation people don't want to talk about. All right? It's not. People don't want to talk about it. People don't want to talk about depression. I've lived enough through it where I'm done not talking about it. I can't keep it in anymore. It's fucking strangled me for a lot of my life. You know what I mean?
And yeah, dude, for real, because it's like I remember being a kid and feeling like I think I'm depressed, but being like, but I can't be because I'm 16 years old and I have two parents who love me. Like, I shouldn't be depressed. Like,
exactly, man.
I shouldn't feel this way, right? And like in my head, this is like what I'm telling myself. Like, I'm not, right? Like, if I am, I'm weak. And you kind of like, for me, I've gone through life thinking that like, can't be depressed. I've got this going for me, and it like I have so many things in my life going for me that 99% of the population would literally kill to have.
You can be blessed and you can be depressed at the same time.
But for some reason, it's like there's still these thoughts and these emotions that I can't just turn on and turn off. They're there, and they drive me crazy, and it's what makes me happy. It's what makes me sad. It's what makes me appreciate life. It's what makes me wish I did more with my life. It's what pushes me to try to extend what we're doing to other people to hopefully ease some alleviations that other people may have with their feelings on life or their situations. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that we don't understand, but we say we should understand. And we tell ourselves that it's black and white when it's not. And when we're in the gray, we should be upset because it's just black and white. But we live in the gray. We wake up in the gray. We stay in the gray. The happiness is the black and white, because when we're happy, it's this or it's that. It's like when you're on vacation. You should be happy because you're on vacation. You should be on the beach. You should be in the sun. You should be in the ocean. You should be having fun. It's black. It's white. It's one or the other.
Exactly.
But what happens when it's cloudy and rainy? Well, it's gray. You're on vacation, but it's not the most ideal situations. You start getting these weird clusters of thoughts and emotions through your head.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't what I wanted. This is not what I expected. Fuck you. You're on vacation. It doesn't matter what you expected. Be happy. But I'm not happy, though. Like, I want to be on a beach. Well, fuck you. You're on vacation. Just be happy. And it's like these constant just bombarding.
I'll tell you the most eye-opening situation that happened in my life. So, I lost a couple friends at a young age, coming out of high school, to accidents, to suicide. But I had a friend who was brought up, and this friend had everything that this person could have ever wanted. He had all the materialistic things, just the a beautiful home, all the shoes, the clothes, the cars, everything that a young human could want. And at a young age, you think that's all you need, You don't think about family. You don't think about your parents being together. But this person, his parents weren't together, but I grew up with him. So I saw his parents split. I saw the way this person's parents acted towards him and the way he acted towards his parents. But to me, it was nothing because he had everything.
Yeah.
One day I was sitting at my house, and this is after I already lost a friend to suicide, and had gotten a letter about I'd gotten a letter from a buddy who wanted to end a life, and I was too late, and he ended it and turned out not good. So I'd gotten a letter from this guy who I thought had everything, and it was a letter and it told me, hey, thank you for everything you have ever given me. Tell your family thank you. Tell your mom and dad thank you for everything they given me. Tell your best friend that I am so blessed to be able to be with him and got to know his kids. But, tonight's the end of my ride.
Jeez.
And to me it was, I already lost a couple to suicide. I'm not going to do it again, So to me it was, he had texted me off a number I didn't know, but I knew who it was. I thought I knew who it was, and so my first reaction, I called the cops. I was scared. I didn't want to lose a friend anymore. I already lost too many friends.
Been through it.
So I'd called the cops, sent them to an address that I thought was where I was getting it from. I wasn't sure. And so I rushed right over there. I was just off work. Didn't have time to get anybody I knew with me. Fuck it. I'm going over to his house, see what's going on. Sure shit, all the cops are there. Every motherfucking cop in Green Bay. 20 of these motherfuckers. And showed up, and they were dragging him exactly who I thought out of the house, and he had texted me telling me, I have a whole bunch of Xanax, I have a whole bunch of all this shit. I'm gonna take a bunch of shit. I'm just gonna go to sleep. Sit for me. And they dragged him out of the house, and I had showed up, and he was getting pulled into the car. I had showed up, and he looked at me, and he's like, "Fuck you, man! You fucked me over, dude. You fucked my whole life up."
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I was just like disappointed in myself. Like maybe it wasn't what I thought it was. Maybe he was just fucked up.
Right.
And I had felt bad about it because I got him put in jail. All this shit. And then a couple days after, I had gotten a text and saying, like, I took a whole script of all my prescriptions. I'd taken every pill I had in my cabinet.
Jeez.
You were the one person who actually gave a fucking shit and took it seriously. And it takes a person to just fucking listen. Honestly, I mean, it's unreal to me. I grew up in a life where I didn't even know suicide was a fucking thing, dude. I grew up in fucking rainbows and sunshines, my man, until a certain age, and then you hit a point where reality hits. You start losing friends, you start losing people, and you drugs start becoming realistic, and abuse starts becoming realistic, and life hits you like a fucking brick wall, and then my alert's out, dude. And that night, God bless, just whatever the fuck I was feeling that night, he texted me a week after where he's like, I swallowed every fucking thing I could find, and you were the only motherfucker to even listen to me, and if you didn't, they pumped my whole stomach. Like, you're the only reason I'm walking today. Like, it takes a person to you
but
just gotta realize.
Yeah, but here the other thing, dude, you had friends before you who were angels, man.
Man.
It's a weird way to say it, and people might not agree with me, but your friends before you who you saw and you went like, oh, this is real. Like, people take their lives and they do things that in your mind they shouldn't do, and
Oh yeah,
you internalize that and you said, okay, I'm not letting this happen to someone else. And the people that came before your friend, you got to hope that it was, yes, man, it's like they took their lives and they shouldn't have, and you wish it didn't happen, but maybe it saved one other person. Maybe it those lives that you saw taken too soon pushed you to go, it's not happening today. Not tonight. I'm calling somebody. I'm making sure it doesn't happen. And it's just the human existence of trying to fucking correct the wrongs. I shouldn't say wrongs, because I don't know what people are going through. It's not wrong, but correcting sadness that was, and trying to hopefully just bring about a little bit of life into a lifeless existence almost. Because it feels like, yes, there's so much life in our world, but man, sometimes it's like at the end of the day we're living to die, and some people go too soon, and we try to hold on to the make sure that people don't go too soon, because people I do think this is a precious existence we have, and I think those angels that came before you and came before your friend were like, I think my reality is going to help another human's reality.
And what it taught me, dude, but my first buddy who I lost was a world shock to me. It was one of those things that was it was a realization where it was like, you don't know, because the first buddy I lost, we hated each other, man. Dude, I hated this motherfucker for the longest time, just because the way he acted, and I didn't know anything about him, but we played football together, we had class together, we ended up, we were buddies, but I fucking hated this dude.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I hated this motherfucker.
I know what you mean.
And I didn't realize what he was going through. I didn't realize his addiction problem. And I didn't look into it. I didn't look deep into it until he passed. And then, when he passed, I learned he was introduced to addiction at a very, very young age. 12 years old, younger than that, his mom has introduced him to a whole level of addiction that should never be introduced to anybody. And what I learned from it is, you don't judge somebody from their book, from their cover. My buddy had been introduced to heroin when he was 9 years old from his mom. His mom shot him up with heroin when he was 9 years old. And I hated him because I thought he was just a jackass. He was a wild fucking jackass, but there's a whole book behind him, man, and that was the biggest learning curve in my life, where as shitty as it was, as shitty of a learning curve as it was the biggest of my life, where you learn don't judge a goddamn book by its cover. You know what I mean? People go through a lot more shit than you see, and if you ride with them, and it's important to have the backs of those people that you sometimes despise the most.
Dude, it's a weird thing you learn when you're a kid.
Hardest thing you learn when you're too young to learn about it, dude.
Well, like, yeah, I mean, it's
fuck.
It's not the same, but I remember as a kid, like, you go over to that kid's house who was like the quote unquote bad kid. You know, it's like his birthday or something. You go to their house and you're like, oh, like, I remember being like 8 years old and just being like, oh, this kid, like, he doesn't live the way like I live, or like my buddy Johnny lives, you know, like,
yeah, man.
And like, I don't know, like it's not like it was a reality hit me that hard, but it was a reality that was like, it's nothing's equal in this world.
No, man.
And I it's like one of those lessons you learn. You know, I learned it when I was really young, and like I didn't learn it to that extent.
No, but you learn.
But it's like you still
matter.
see it. You still see the levels. It's you see and once you see one level, you realize there's hundreds of levels.
Yeah.
And that's the weird thing you learn when you're a kid, and it's when do you learn that?
Yeah.
Because some kids don't learn it until they're 18.
Some
kids learn it when they're 4.
Yeah.
Some kids learn it when they're 8. So, you know, it's
at the end of the day, man. This world is fucking full, especially now, dude. And it's just because it's getting highlighted because of how extreme social media is, and how how everything's on film or whatever, you know. But don't, people go through a lot more shit than you see through their, just who they are, than what you see them for. Like, stop fucking bugging kids. Stop bullying kids. Stop fucking judging kids. Motherfuckers are going through the same shit, even worse or less than you are. And if you just give a human being a chance and just listen to them, like, fucking life-saving sometimes, dude. And people...
But you know the thing? I agree with you 100%. But kids don't understand that.
And you're right, dude. You're 100%. I didn't. I didn't.
A 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th grade, 8th grade, high school kids, they don't get... And I'm not saying that... I remember thinking, like, fucking 13, 14, 15-year-olds are the worst people on the planet.
Yeah.
But
you can't
what do you want them to do?
Dude.
What do you want?
At that age, they're just dicks.
And I don't know the answer to how to make sure that those kids grow up and see the world in a well-balanced view. I don't know the answer to how.
Maybe educating your kid. Maybe I feel like a big part of that is the way. You can't teach a kid to prepare themselves for something like that, but you can at least prepare your kid to know that not everybody's the same motherfucker as you.
Well, yeah, I think a big thing is you can't just I don't know, I'm not a parent. I don't know how the fuck to raise a kid. But I feel like you can't just tell a kid, "Hey, this is how the world is. Look at it this way."
Yeah.
It's almost like you have to put them in those, like, you have to put them in sports where the best player on the team comes from the lowest socioeconomic background.
Yeah. Or
the worst player on the team comes from the best, their parents are super wealthy. And you see, like, oh, like Timmy is just a jagoff who's got a rich dad. But then you see like Johnny, he's like, oh, he's like a super cool dude, but like I don't know, I just don't understand his family back. Like you see his dad at practice, and you're like, who the fuck is that guy?
Where's his mom?
Why isn't his mom? You know, let's just like, I don't know what those life experiences are that kids need to learn.
I didn't know divorce was a thing till I got to high school.
No. Oh, okay.
I didn't realize ethnicity till I got to high school.
Well, yeah. I mean, well,
I went to school with white kids, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, what do you mean you don't? Because, well, man, we could spend so much time talking about this. We got.
I know. What time is it? Like 1 in the morning.
It's 11 o'clock, man. No, dude. I think, dude. Here's the thing.
We'll get back to ethnicity.
Here's the thing.
Culture.
Here's the thing. Here's the big thing. Mental health, just human mental health is something I think we would like to bring up most episodes.
Yeah.
And just bring to a forefront and say, hey, man, I'm struggling along with other people. I feel everyday struggles like a motherfucker, you know,
Yeah,
like
dude.
I'm dissatisfied with my job. I'm dissatisfied with the habits I have. I'm dissatisfied with a lot of things, and the mental health issues that come along with it are never going away. It's not something that can be solved in a month, in a monthly challenge. It's not something that can be explored, talked about, and just completely looked into in a month.
It's a lifetime.
It's a
man.
lifetime thing. It's for what I'm doing, this is my process right now. Last week I called my EAP and I got a code that I can give to a therapist's office, and I can get like 5 free sessions. That's where I'm at right now with my mental health stage. I would like to be farther along than where I'm at. I wish I could say I was talking to a counselor right now, but it's
that's
a
just
process. I have to be.
I'm proud of you for doing
I
that.
have to be
dude.
patient. Thank you. I appreciate it, and I know you've talked to people in the past, and I think that's given me the motivation to reach out and say like, "Hey, I do need some help too." Like hearing a buddy of mine, a cousin, a family member, best friend, all the things that our relationship entails. Hearing that you also have talked to someone and reached out to someone helps me. So I don't know. Maybe that can help. Maybe just I work for a very big organization. I work for a gigantic healthcare corporation, and they have resources that I've never taken advantage of until now, and I still haven't fully taken advantage of them. But maybe just me saying that I reached out within my organization, and the resources within my organization were, yes, it was comfortable to start, but they made me feel very comfortable once I was in it. And I hope that if anybody else out there is just like apprehensive to do that, take that first step. I encourage you to take that first step. And if you can't, and for some reason you would like a little extra motivation or just information on what we did or what we've done in the past, please reach out to us. I know that it is kind of weird. We might be strangers to people if you're still listening to this 3 hours in. But
Hey, 3 hours ain't bad.
but we'll clip it. We'll make this a clip. We'll do the HUA crew talks mental health. But anyway. But it's just like, it's not easy, and I'm even just taking that step. I don't know when I'm gonna reach out to a therapy office within this area. Knowing I have a year is nice in a way. It kind of gives me that comfort that like I can do it on my terms, but I also have like a deadline. It's, for whatever reason in my head, that just makes it a little more easy to to just say, okay, I took one step, let me take a break.
Your well-being is on your own hands, and it's, I think, the most important thing for every young man and woman to hear is you're not the only one who is depressed. You're not the only one who feels like shit. You're not the only one who wants to talk about it. And you're not the only one who should feel ashamed for being afraid to talk about it.
And
This is the most, not necessarily embarrassing, but startling, frightening, scary kind of. It's the biggest step in any part of your mental well-being, where you have to understand you're not the only person who needs to talk to somebody, or not necessarily, even if you don't want to talk to anybody, you're not the only person who has these thoughts, these feelings, these thoughts of darkness, depression. It's normal. It's okay. It's life, man. It's fucking life, dude.
well, and dude, for me, and this is gonna probably sound self-centered, but maybe someone else will think this way too. One of the reasons I didn't want to reach out, and this is gonna be for me personally the last thing I just touch before we go on to something else. Like, I think we've talked about this, and we'll talk about it again next week. You know, this isn't something we're gonna turn away from.
Close
forever.
us out.
For me, I'm gonna close it out this way, and then you can close it out
Yeah.
whatever way you want to. For me, I was nervous because I wanted my problems to feel special. If that resonates with someone, if not, I don't know, maybe you, like, it's weird when, like, you know you're about to say your problems to someone, and it's like, okay, now they're either going to tell me I'm crazy, I'm special, or I'm normal. And it's almost like the last thing you want to hear is that you're normal. You either want to hear you're special or you're crazy. And to hear you're normal is almost more maddening than hearing that you're crazy or special. But for me, just talking to this call center therapist, and she was like, I'm a therapist. I get what you're saying, and this might be why you're saying it. And as she was saying, this might be why you're saying it, I was like, oh, yeah, no, totally, absolutely. And that kind of realization set in that I'm just normal. I'm just going to have to deal with these emotions and these thoughts and these feelings like 98% of the population.
Yep.
And, dude, it did kind of suck. Because it's like you want, and for me, I wanted to hear someone say, "Oh my God, that you think that? You need to call this hotline right now and get help immediately." Or, "Oh my God, you need to talk to this facility because that's not how normal people think." But to hear, "Yep, that's normal. You're okay. We're going to follow these steps." It was almost worse. And I don't mean that in like,
No, I know.
I don't know how to say. It's like when you go to the doctor and you like, oh, there's something wrong with my wrist, and he's like, you gotta ice it for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and you're like, what? That's it?
Yeah.
No, come on, like I need surgery, right? And he's like, nah, you just take a break, ice it for 2 weeks, you'll be okay. And I'm not saying it's the same correlation with mental health, because maybe for mental health you need to be like, okay, you need to do some breathing exercises. You need to do some meditation. You need whatever. I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't gotten that far yet. But I've gotten the point where someone's told me, that's pretty normal, and we're here to help you, though. We know that's normal, and it's okay. That's what we're here to help people get through. And it's like kind of, it's a really, really like, oh, I'm not crazy, good and bad. Oh, I'm not extraordinary, good and bad. So, like, I have that thought where it's like, I'm not special, shit, I need to work. I just have to put my own personal work in. okay, it's going to take some time and some patience. Instead of just, oh, you're crazy. You got to go see a specialist right now. Take care of it right now. Get these medicines. Get these doctors. Blah, blah, blah. Like, boom, 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 boom. It's, no, you're normal. There's a process. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be right away. It's not going to be within a few weeks. It's going to be months, years, and that's okay. And I'm still coming to that realization, and I haven't really accepted it, but that's my mindset of now I'm going, okay, I wish I could just get this taken care of in a night or a weekend or a couple days. But I'm finally realizing that's not the case, and that's really hard. It's really hard.
Yeah,
And I don't know if anyone else I don't know if anyone else feels that way.
I do.
But to feel like you have these unusual, unnormal thoughts, and then to finally say them out loud and someone tell you you're normal, it's really hard. It's really hard.
Fucked up, dude. Is the fact of the human beings, the species that we are, man, is you have your own life, your own problems, your own people, your own things you deal with. I have my own problems, my own people that I deal with. And I thought the fucking same way you did, where I was just one person who, I was the only person who was dealing with my problems. I was the only person who has ever been through this shit I've been through. I was the only person who has been the youngest kid in a family who's dealt with the fucking shit I've dealt with. Until I met another person who was the youngest person in their family who dealt with the same shit I dealt with, maybe more extreme. Until I met a person who told me, oh, that's all you went through? Oh, that's all you dealt with? And exactly what you said to me, it was like, well, what the fuck do you mean? Like, no. Like, I went through hell and back. I've seen fucking the devil. I've seen the shit. And they're like, yeah, well, I've seen deeper than that. And it was fucking terrifying for me in a sense where it was like, I put myself at such a standard where, like, I felt so bad for myself.
Yep.
And I felt like my problems were so unreachable.
Right.
And then I opened up a little bit to other people and heard problems and shared my problems to the point where my shit's not normal. The shit I've been through in my life, goddamn's not normal. Not nearly. It's not close to normal.
Right.
But I've realized, which is, it's a hard thing to realize. When you've gone through shit, and you don't even have to go through shit, when you just have a mind that in your life is hard on you, and you hear that your shit's normal, where you don't ever think it's normal, but there's so many people in this world who are going through shit equal or is worse than you are doing, dealing with.
Right.
And it's hard to kind of comprehend that, where it's like, I put myself at such a standard where it's like, I've been dealing with this shit. I'm just the bottom of the barrel. I'm, like, fuck, my life sucks. Like, fuck this. No one can even, and then I meet somebody who's like, well, yeah, I've been through that shit too, plus this.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, what the fuck? But for me, it was a breath of fresh air.
Right.
Where it's like, yeah, I thought I was this no man. I thought I was this person who was dealing with this shit. I thought I was this person who everybody would look at me. If everybody found out what I was going through and they looked at me, they'd be like, they wouldn't want to fuck with me.
Right.
And I met people, or I dealt with other people in situations who were like, I looked at their situations and I was like, God damn, I'll take a seat.
Right. Yeah.
We're a fucking human race, dude. We are a fucking group of people where no, dude, people go through shit, man. And the biggest thing is not necessarily talking about it, but being okay with accepting the fact that we're just a part of a group of people, of a species who shit's fucked up, dude. It's fucked up. And if you want it, if you want to live, if you want to be better than your situation, the only way to that greener grass is other people, dude. Is working with people, dude. And that's the hardest thing. That was the hardest thing for me. Was learning other people's stories, allowing other people to hear my story.
Put your story aside for a second.
And
listen to someone else's.
And not put yourself at such a goddamn fucking high horse where I was worse than you. Oh, you can't.
No, right.
I want people to understand that as bad as you think your shit is, there's somebody who is okay with it. There's somebody who wants to hear it and deal with it with you. The most beautiful part about life is that we were granted the opportunity to communicate with each other and deal with it with each other. Don't deal with your problems by yourself, man.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you this right now, Max. With the ERP, meeting counselors, you're going to bounce. You're going to meet counselors you like. You're going to meet counselors you hate. And not hate, but can't communicate with. Everybody, you guys have to understand that there's people out there who you are going to be able to communicate with and be able to feel better with. And there's people you are going to have to understand that you can't. I went through a lot of counselors that I couldn't fuck with because they just didn't, they weren't my kind of people. So it's a bouncing process constantly. All the fucking time.
Oh, it's good to know.
But my biggest thing was understanding that that's okay. That I don't want to talk to you about this. Thank you for your time.
But that doesn't mean you don't want to talk to somebody else.
It took me 4 people
to
finally find a person who I was like, okay, I'm comfortable with you.
Right.
Just don't give up, dude. There's people to hear you out, dude. There's always somebody. I'm not going to say there's always somebody who has it worse. There's always somebody who's willing to listen to your fucking shit. Just find it. Search for it. It's worth it. And if you can't, cry for help and somebody will fucking find you, dude. That's the reason why human beings are here, is to help each other out. It's just find the right one, man.
Yeah. No,
goddamn.
Beautiful. That was beautiful. And
Jesus Christ, I feel like I'm fucking.
No, I think no, what you said was spot on, and I think one of the things I want to just make sure we reiterate is that everyone goes through things differently, and whether you think you're going through something that you should be able to deal with by yourself.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you're like, you want to talk to someone about it. Don't think you should be able to go through everything on your own, or think that your life is not worth as much as someone else's, or your problems aren't as big as someone else's, because
It always
everyone's
is,
problems
man.
are their own, and everyone deserves an ear to tell things to.
Absolutely.
And if you're in the situation where you think you need someone to talk to, find that person. If you can't find that person, reach out to us.
If you're listening to this and you, for some reason, this is your fucking grasp on shit, me and fucking Max are here to listen, man.
Here to
We're
listen
always here.
and to help. And
We can seem like a couple of drunk assholes who are just sitting here talking, but we're two guys who have been through shit, who have been through hell, who have always been very alert that life is a fucking shithole, but we're here to help each other, man.
yeah, man, life is a
It's
life is a strange journey, and we're
it's
all
a whirl, man.
we take different paths and we walk different roads, but god damn, at the end of the day, we're walking the same journey, and it might look different from the outside, but on the inside, I truly believe it's the same. Man, it's just, we're all connected in some way, some shape or form, and I don't know. We went off on a long tangent, and we're totally good with it, and we're happy because mental health is so.
It's important.
It's an important thing that just, man, I don't know. Like, I don't know enough about it, but all I know is that I need help, and I don't regularly seek the help that I feel like I probably should. And I'm finally starting to.
Fuck, dude, me too,
And I'm
man.
finally I'm just pushing the ball. Like, I'm finally pushing a ball. Like, I finally put my hands on the boulder and started to push. I haven't really given it a good shove. I've just kind of like felt it, and I've dug my feet in, and I've started to feel the weight of it, and I go, oh man, this is gonna be a long journey,
But it's something that's needed, man.
but if I don't move this boulder, or if I don't start moving this boulder, it's just gonna slowly sink in deeper and deeper into this ground that it's sitting on, and I want to try to start pushing this boulder, and I don't know, that's the way I look at it. And
completely
if we
agree,
can
man.
if we can just kind of help anyone, that's awesome. If we help 0 people, well, at least we're helping ourselves, and that's cool with me, because that's what the show at the end of the day is all about, is just putting problems out there and saying, look,
We
I don't
deal
know.
with them too,
this
man.
is what we're going through. If someone else is going through it and needs to talk more,
We're here.
here, or even just to bounce ideas and be like, oh man, I totally get it.
Yeah.
If that's all you even want to say, is I'm right there with you.
And if
we're-
you want to
we're
talk
happy.
and you don't want anything mentioned on the show, you want to just talk, oh, fuck,
That's
dude,
great
we're
too.
here. Dude, we're here. But let me leave you guys with this, all right?
Let's hear it.
When I hear somebody sigh, life is hard. I'm always tempted to ask, compared to what? That's episode 23.
We're
Ladies
done?
and gentlemen,
We're done?
maybe I'm just playing the song.
We're not quite done
Wait,
quite yet.
what else we got?
We got a little bit more. Turn that off. Pause that. We just got a little bit longer.
Kind of feels good right now.
Hey, pause it.
No, we're not done yet, but
We're
I
not
kind of
done.
like it.
All right.
Thank you for tuning
No, we're
in.
not done.
We're
not done yet.
We're not done. I'm just,
Hold on. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. What are you doing?
You can't press pause.
We're not done yet.
That's why. Hey, see, that's why you need a Max in your life.
We still.
Because as soon as you say, "Hey, it's time to go to bed," hey,
No, it's
hey,
not.
wake the fuck up,
I'm
bitch.
not going to bed yet.
Oh, wait, no, I got a tattoo.
You got a tattoo.
What else? We have a whole
We got like
smorgasbord.
we got a good. I mean, we won't
Alright.
quite. We'll
no,
just,
we get no.
No,
We're
no,
not quite.
No, here's
We're
my
gonna
thing.
go.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. We
We
weren't planning on talking about
Hey, that was good.
mental health stuff for quite that long. But it's not really. That's not a. It's not the length isn't about it.
yeah.
It's that we both felt we had some strong things to say, and we had to say it. And look, we that was, we had some. You were gonna talk about coaching a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna talk about some business
Holy shit.
plan.
Buckle
then
up, boys.
We had a new monthly challenge we were gonna get into.
Oh, holy shit.
We had a little bit more, but here's the thing. We can save it for episode 24. Because I feel like we can do some research outside of the show. We don't have to get into. I think our original plan was to do research on the show and talk about it and fuck around and just have fun.
Holy shit. We didn't even talk about.
But I think we kind of did that with the mental health stuff, which is way more valuable than.
Yeah, no, it was a conversation that I think we fell into because I think we needed. All right, un momento. That might be me.
I think it's somewhere.
What the?
All right. No, ads, man. They're just ads. Pop-up ads. No, the mental.
Yeah.
It was just more important to talk about.
It was.
At the end of the day.
Honestly,
it was just
great.
it was more important. We
I
had
think it was important for both of us to talk about.
to get off our chest.
Yeah.
Just, man, like I said, I had a rough week last week, man. I just all
I
over
did
the
too,
place,
man.
mentally, emotionally, and not even really for any particular reason. It was just things just kind of bubbled up to the surface that were kind of just building and finally came up, and I just didn't know how to handle it, and it just came out emotionally, and that's okay. But anyway, so we both a couple weeks ago we were gonna do our monthly challenge. Was gonna be Kärel was starting to get into coaching,
Yep.
and I was gonna start coming up with a business plan for a business I was kind of wanting to get into. For me personally, my business plan, it is personal. It's kind of like this mental health thing. I wanted to talk about kind of the process on the show, but it's not something I want to give a month to and be done with it. I want to continuously update on the show. I want to continuously say I have an idea for a business plan, and here's where I'm at right now.
Hell yeah.
This is what I'm doing. It's going to take me longer than a month. So for me personally, I've just done a lot of research. I've been doing a lot of research into companies that can provide the services I'm looking into starting, the services I'm looking into implementing. I've looked into real estate, just looking into kind of price ranges. I have no idea what buying real estate is like. I have zero idea what contacting a realtor is like. That's something I'm going to do eventually. Hopefully, just for my own personal knowledge. Looking into monthly costs of operating the business I'm looking into, electricity, water bills. What can I set prices at for the business I'm trying to get to slowly make a profit? I've been slowly looking into all those things.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. It's like I start with an idea of okay, I want to look into this. And I start doing research, and then I find 6 other things. I'm like, oh shit, I need to look into that, and that. And so it's a lot of me just trying to get my brain straight and okay, let's tackle this first. Let's tackle this. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just in a bunch of research right now, and just really trying to figure out what direction I think I would like to take this business that I have an idea for in. It's not even necessarily this is what I want to do, this is what I'm going to do, this is the money I want. It's just okay, this is my idea. I've been doing the research. Okay, now I'm kind of going in this route, and this is what I could do. So I don't know. It's a lot, and
If you have anything like you like started with, like your first thoughts, first part of your game plan, like what was your initial thought? What was your
yeah.
first plan of attack? I guess.
Well, and then I mean, I really want to like just say what I want to do with this, with the ideas. I want to put it all out there. I really do. But in my experiences, when I talk prematurely or I give too many ideas too fast, it's almost like the word vomit gets out the ideas in my head, and then I have no motivation. It's like, okay, it's been said, it's put out there, so I'm just kind of done. But no. So a lot of things, it's health and wellness is what I want to get into.
Yeah.
It's mental, physical, and kind of connecting the two and melding those two wellnesses into one. And it's a different way to go about it than most places, I think. And that's kind of the tough part, is there isn't really a model for how to do it. I have an idea of what I think would be beneficial to people, but I don't know. I don't know if I can do it at a cost-effective price for customers and myself.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of that. It's figuring out is this feasible or not. And I guess that's the tough part about trying to start a business. I don't really know.
Yeah, and especially like what you're trying to think of, like, is that something that's active in the area? Is that something that you could create
right,
like a resume for, like kind of get people interested in?
And I think it's something that the area, the Green Bay area would be receptive to.
I do too, actually. I do.
Because I think I could do it in a different way than some places are currently doing the things I want to do. And I think it would be really fun. It would be a cool opportunity to just kind of be a part of the community and get to know the community and be like, I'm here for a lot of other things other than just like, I'm here for total wellness.
Yeah.
And I that's what my vision is, and how that goes about it is tough. There's a lot of variables, and I, like kind of you were saying, I think it would be well received, but there's a lot more research that goes into it, and I think when we were talking about this 2 weeks ago, I wasn't fully prepared to, like, I can't do it in just a month, man.
No, of course not. But it's a month to get your mind active on it, to kind of get your mind flowing and ideas and
right.
Yeah, that's what the month is for.
So
not to start it.
So for me, I'm like, all right, I want to do something different for the show. Personally, I will keep updating, on mental health and my own personal, business aspirations. I will keep updating and telling people, I've looked into this, I've tried this website for an LLC or of whatever it is. I don't know. I'll continuously do that, but it's not going to be the focus for the show.
Yeah.
I think for the folks for the show, we have our own idea.
Yeah.
And you have your idea for your own personal benefits, gains.
Yep.
Outside of the show, and
definitely
you talk about that a little bit.
I mean, for me, coaching has been something I've been admirable about since I got out of football.
Yeah.
I mean, I played football since I was 5 years old.
I was gonna say since you were 7.
I mean, it's been, I think the coaching aspect came in after I stopped playing because it was a realization of a passion that I haven't held that like strong of a feeling for. To be honest, man, I feel like, and I've been thinking about this a lot. I feel like I was put here on where we are, this earth, this place, to help people. I'm passionate about the fact that I'm not a person who is put here to focus on pursuing a career where, like, okay, I'm going to turn 65 and retire and have all this money and be able to live.
Sure.
You know, I'm a person who I feel like I've been put on this planet, on this place where we are now to help people who need it, who need a push, who need a... I'm a leader. I'm a natural born leader.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'd agree with that.
And the coaching aspect came where I love the sport of football. I love what it brings to womanship, to being a man. You know, just being a leader, to being I feel like I am able to coach in a different way than a lot of people because I am able to understand backgrounds of people and be able to work with a lot of people more so than, you know, just the normal average Joe. You know what I mean? Like,
I get the X's and O's.
Exactly, dude. And like going through my middle school, my kindergarten through 8th grade, the environment I was adapted to the high school, just the diversity and like just the culture. I feel different than I feel like other people are able to feel the way I feel, where I can relate with people, where football to me was a sport that wasn't just all right, I'm here to win or lose, to just play a game. It created me into the man I am. It built culture, it built character. And from Coach I to a lot of the coaches I had, I was just totally blessed with the upcoming I was given. And like, I feel like the hand I was dealt, I'm just so able to deal with so much different culture and upbringings than a lot of people, where I feel like I'm wasting my life if I don't give myself to this. Like, this opportunity of coaching. I'm not going to be able to coach this, obviously, like this spring. Like, I'm young, dude. I live in my own house right now. Obviously, I have to work for my well-being, for my rent, for my bills, but I have been given an opportunity to coach in a situation that I've dreamt of, dude. I went to East High School. I've worked with this team, these coaches, these kids since I was young, and it's been a dream of mine to be able to coach. Not just coach football, to coach at Green Bay East.
Right.
Has been my dream, and somehow it's kind of working out for me, like, hopefully. And like, I have a mindset that I feel like I've been given that a lot of people haven't, where I can make more of a difference. Like, to football, to me, I can grow more of just of a winning and losing aspect, to just growing men and women, to just the character and becoming successful in who they are, And going to East is like, you're not given a lot of opportunity. Me, I was, just because of the family I was grown in, and the motivation I was given from my family. But the reason I'm so passionate about doing what I want to do is because I'm able to give these kids the fucking passion and the motivation to not only succeed on the football field, but be more than what people think East kids can be. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is what I was put here to do, is to help and to be a leader. I'm a fucking leader. I'm a leader. That's all I feel like I've been put here to do. I've worked so many jobs, from fucking concrete to building windows to doing restoration work to just so many endless, pointless jobs to me, where I feel like I was put here to just help people reach a point where, like, they can be something bigger than what they were given. And so this coaching opportunity to me is awesome. It's something I'm taking more than just the X's and O's, learning plays. It's giving kids the opportunity to, like, hey, yeah, we're playing football, but let's get your grades up. Let's make sure you're going to college if that's what you want to do. But, like, I have the opportunity to fucking teach these kids to just become whatever they want to do. And I feel like I can do that better than anybody else in the situation I was given. So I'm lining myself up in a position where I feel like I can do a lot of good shit. And what I was put here to do is to help people like my parents. So I don't know. It's a big time in my life where I'm still a kid and I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing. But I'm also put in a position where I'm at a point where this is what I've wanted to do since I stopped playing football. It's the only passion I've ever had. It's the only encouragement I've ever wanted. So I don't know.
That's cool, man.
Crazy.
No,
crazy
it's cool.
Crazy shit.
It's super. It's exciting because yeah, I mean, I've seen you talk about this stuff a lot, like, oh, I wish I was doing this, or I think I could do that, and it's fun to finally be like, oh, here, it's like the ball is starting to roll, and yeah, I mean, I know you've had some few setbacks already, with it,
sure.
and you know that to be patient, I think is a tough quality, but
It's worth it.
I think be patient, man.
Yeah, man. I'm at the point where I'm ready to wait for whatever's right is gonna come. So
Cool. Good.
I'm ready to coach. I'm ready to fucking do shit.
Dude, it's gonna, because here's the thing, man. When you have passion like you do, like, it might not work out like, obviously you see already, you're like, shit, it's not as easy as you have a good in with a coach and you're in. You've already seen, like, there's things at play that, unfortunately, things happen, but when you have the kind of passion and just drive, just be patient, man, and it'll work out. It'll work out. You got people rooting for you, people cheering for you.
Yeah, and I mean, and even if it doesn't, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm at the point where my path is gonna pave itself. So wherever I end up, at the end of it, it's where I'm supposed to be.
Hell yeah! I mean,
fuck it.
It's a good way to look at it, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, props to you for
Got
just
a lot of shit.
sticking with it, dude. But yeah, that's that was old monthly.
Holy shit! I'm gonna pee.
Oh man, we are wrapping up episode 23 here. We're coming up on 3 hours and 40 minutes of recording, pretty much nonstop. No edits, no nothing. We've just been jamming, having a blast of a time. Man, that was last 2 weeks ago was monthly challenge. Carl was gonna start coaching. I was gonna start making up a business plan. It just kind of didn't work out that would be the best thing for both of us, and to have fun on a podcast with. I think we could have fun with it eventually. But right now we're both at stages where we're kind of stalled out, and we need to be patient with these things that we want to accomplish. And just because we're being patient and we're kind of not putting things on the back burner, but you can't just say, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to jump into it full force. Maybe me or maybe Carl more than myself, whereas Carl has other people that kind of dictate if he's going to be able to coach or not, and myself is more of a, how much time in the day do I have to devote to researching and to contacting people and to reaching out to a bank and that those sort of things. So, but those are just things we're just going to constantly keep updating on, because there's things that we are trying to keep forefront in our brains and our minds the most. But for the show particularly, we're moving on to a whole new monthly challenge. We are going to be... We'll reiterate this again next week.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to quite fully get into all the things we wanted to get into this week.
We got deep today.
We did, man. And that's,
No, it's good conversation, though.
It's a great conversation. It's part of the show. It's part of kind of our conversations.
Yeah,
we've always just want to have genuine conversations, whether they kind of correlate to our monthly challenges. We hope they would, but sometimes they don't, and that's okay. We can't beat ourselves up about it. We just have to say it was good. That's where the show took us.
Hell yeah.
And you know what? We'll get into this more next week, because I think we don't need to rush into this one too much. We've got the rest of this month. We've got May, because we're gonna brew some beer.
I know. Yeah, we're gonna brew some beer. We got some motivation from our listeners who sent us the beer and said, "Hey, we brewed some beer." Big Ted and Grant
said, "Hey, we brewed some beer. We want you guys to try it, rate it on your show, tell us what you think." And that made me go, "Man, let's brew some beer. Let's take April and May to brew some beer. June,
comedy month.
Time to bite the bullet and do some stand up."
Yeah.
And maybe July we do like a kayak month, where we kayak at a different river or something. We could kayak in Minocqua.
Get some outdoors. Yeah.
We'll be in Minocqua for
that
week.
Hey, just so everybody knows, I did get a tattoo.
Carl got it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I played my month.
Well, get it. Show the camera.
Yeah, I'll show.
Let's see. Turn around. More. Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah, Gru Grux. The Gru Grux crown. The DMB Gru Grux crown.
Shout out Leroy Moore. So,
that's a good looking tattoo, man.
Yeah, I did end up getting my tattoo so I could play the round tonight. Yeah. Well, not only that, but for the Gru Grux King.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Leroy Moore.
Hey, we both
DMB tattoo.
We both got tricep tattoos.
Hey, good for us. Hey, but we're gonna brew some beer.
We're gonna brew some beer, man.
I think this episode went the right way.
Oh, the exact right way. This went
the right way.
2 weeks off.
A lot of shit. I think me and you just need to fucking let loose, dude. I feel good.
We needed to mentally just get stuff off our chest, our shoulders, our backs, our brains.
You said you were going through a hard week. I was going I was going through a very hard week myself, and just coming here, I feel good. I got inked. We talk good shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean,
we're brewing beer.
And we got big episode 25 in the brews.
In the mix.
Coming from the old cabin.
This is episode 25 is gonna be our
shebang.
Our big shebang.
But don't forget to tune into episode 24.
No,
because that's gonna lead us in to the
episode
big.
So it's gonna lead us into episode 25, and what we're gonna
okay,
do with
okay.
episode 24, we're gonna get more into brewing beer talk. I think for weekly challenges. So we had weekly challenge. We're gonna start the HUA letters. And the winner loser grid. But I also think we should start just kind of looking into brewing beer.
I agree.
Just general, just very over the top, or not over the top. High, like nothing too in the weeds. Just like, do we want to do a hazy? Do we want to just an IPA? Do we want to do a pilsner, a lager? Just kind of what do we want to do?
The details.
Come up with some ideas that you would like to do. I'll come up with ideas I want to do. Maybe come up with names. Episode 24, we'll come into it. Be like, hey, these are the names I thought. These are the names I thought.
And then
these are
episode
the flavors.
24, we're gonna figure out ways we're gonna be able to do 25 from the old cabin.
Yep.
So 25, big episode. We're hyping it up super hard right now. But episode 24, we're gonna talk about how we're gonna make it happen. Like the things we need to make it happen.
Yep.
Lights, camera, action, everything.
All
of
it.
Like, so I think weekly goals we just like put as how we're gonna. What do you want? Like weekly goals.
So weekly goals. We've got. So we from the cribbage game.
We got the HUA letters.
We got to start the HUA letters.
Yep.
Now whether that's just stripping the pallets, just getting the wood ripped off the pallets and getting it kind of like, all right, these are the flat slats. These are our 2x4s.
Okay.
Just kind of separating them. That's a start. That's
Okay.
a start. We don't need to get too big into.
But I think on top of our goals, just thoughts of how we're gonna make 25 happen.
Exactly.
At a foreign environment.
Exactly.
The old cabin. We're gonna be there where we used to play sheep's head, dude.
Sheephead.
Where we
Poker.
the lantern, like we're gonna be at the spot we started at in Florence, and I think a good weekly goal, on top of the HUA letters, is just to figure out how the fuck we're gonna make 25 happen.
And I think we can do
we got to purchase 25 different beers.
Yes, that's
single
the other
beers.
thing. Well, so what we could do, we could go to Webster Avenue Market and get the variety pack and see which 6 we've already got. We can go to Festival,
Okay.
check out their variety pack and be like, okay, we can get this 6. We can go to Pick and Save and be like, okay, they've got this variety pack. We can make this about of it. So
And
I don't
then-
know, man. I think
So I'll try to make it up to Florence. We'll talk about this next week.
yeah.
But I'm going to try to make it up to Florence in the morning.
Yep.
And just get the place dusted out, cleaned out, get us a good, like, I'm not going to, make it fit. It's going to be the OG. We're going to be sitting at the table
Yeah.
with the dusty-ass chairs.
Dude, the biggest thing, we just need electricity. We
Alright,
don't
so-
need Wi-Fi.
So I'm going to, my goal this week is to find us a Jenny. Make
Alright.
sure I have a Jenny for us, so. And then we just need a lot of gas.
Dude, if this will be
Legendary.
this will be so cool. I will This will be worth everything. If we can do
Yeah.
episode 25 from the old cabin, 25 different beers.
Oh my
Rate them all. Bring our banner, our fucking
Yeah.
beautiful banner.
Banner's coming. Hey, it looks nice, dude.
God, it looks so nice up there, man.
Hey, shout out the banner.
Shout out banner.
Shout out Ted Grant Shout out Deck. Shout out everybody, man.
Dude, shout out.
Shout out you, Max.
Shout out you, buddy.
episode.
Shout out to anyone who's just having mental.
Did I show the tat?
Yeah, show it again. Show it again. Get in there. Show it again.
I did.
Do it again though. I gotta make sure it. Turn around. Flip around. Turn around now. Whoa, like super up close. Oh, there we go. Right there. Stand right there perfectly. Oh, we got the Grugrux. We got the DMB. We got the 4. We got the 4 points with the 5th one busted off for a fallen Dave member. Shout out Dave. Greatest band of all time.
Shout out us.
Shout out. Hold us accountable. What's up?
What was our shake? That was
we're
HUA
starting
letters.
HUA letters.
God damn.
HUA letters. We're good, man. We got it
damn
all written
10
down.
Grant got me all fuzzy-eyed.
Oh, that fuzzy.
Hey, it's only midnight, so we're good.
That fuzzy down and out ale,
Yeah,
huh?
so I should be able to start my car by Tuesday.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's start you up. Thank you, everyone, for
Hey,
hanging out with us
holy
on
God,
episode
yeah.
23. We are 3 hours and 50 minutes into this. We're going to try to make some clips for everyone.
You're going to try and break it up a little
We'll
bit.
see what we can do. If not this episode, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
This is episode 23. We had a joke of the
Hey.
week. We had a beer. We had 2 beers of the week. We had a monthly challenge. We had 2 monthly challenges.
Two monthly challenges, man.
We had a weekly challenge. We talked movies. We played a game of cribbage. We
We-
rated beers.
We talk good talk,
God,
man.
we had so much fun. We had mental health talk.
Hey, episode 23 will hold us accountable.
Man, if anyone needs anything at all,
Hit us up,
can
dude.
relate to us, just needs something, hit us up. Give us a review on Apple Podcasts.
Hey, Maximilian.
What up, buddy?
Good episode, my brother.
I had so much fun today, man.
Hey.
Thank you for tuning in. I know your time is valuable. There's thousands of other podcasts that you could have settled for, but now you're just vibing with 2 goofy dudes from Wisconsin who like to discuss their problems and figure out ways to solve them, and challenge the listeners to get up out of their comfort zone, find some shit they ain't done before. This is Hold Us Accountable.
Episode 20.
Yeah, this is Hold Us
3.
Accountable. Yeah, this
Hell yeah,
is
Hold
man.
us accountable.
Hell yeah.
This is Hold Us Accountable. Hold Us Accountable.